Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is Thursday night, and we are live. I'm your host with the most, Dixie Dave, and right over here, we got the Schmucker Crossen.
Actually, am I pointing to Dave? I should be pointing to Dave here. You got to do it backwards. It looks like it's backwards you, but believe me, when we look at on the screen, I don't know.
I'm pointing towards you.
We are live. We're all live, Dave. We're live on Instagram. We're live on YouTube. And by the way, Instagram viewers, we can't see any comments you have over there. If you're on Instagram, you need to move over to YouTube to see us and talk with us and everything else, because we can see your chat on YouTube. Just can't see it on Instagram. And besides that, streaming is going to end on Instagram soon.
You know, don't they get like half hour to an hour of the show?
Yeah, like 60 minutes tops. So,
and we ramble on a lot longer than 60 minutes. And it's going to be a longer show tonight. I mean, we got a special guest tonight.
We do. I'm really looking forward to it. I love it when he's on, and it's Jamie McParland, the Irish Terror himself. And I see some comments in there. We'll wait for Jamie on those, Dave, because they relate to him.
Yep.
But, it's going to be a great show. You know, I just want to make a little disclaimer, everybody. I kind of freaked everybody out with my post on Facebook, Dave. I was kind of being tongue-in-cheek, $6 million man, incisions and bionic crusher and everything. And everybody's like, are you okay? Prayers, even Luxury chimed in. Are you okay, Crusher? And I got a lot of that, even text messages and stuff. And they're like, guys, I'm fine. I was just being funny. I had some planned surgeries I had done. And, I'm not afraid of pain, as you know, Dave. And so I had to go through some removal of some non-cancerous things that I want to just get off my body. So had them for decades. And so that's what I did.
Being honest, Crusher, I mean, if you're in the ring, you can't be afraid of pain.
No, there's no room for that. And, something, the only thing that bums me out with this is I can't do my chest exercises this week in the gym. And I need that. That's where I need the most help. So we'll get back to it next week, though. And look, guys, just so everybody knows, I'm still 100%. That's why I did that post on Instagram, to show everybody I'm 100%. Don't worry, Crusher is here, 100%, revving and ready to go. And so is our guest waiting in the wings. And so I think we ought to get him in here and let him start chiming in, huh?
Yep. We got the storyteller with us tonight, the man who assisted me with making the greatest show possible.
He assisted you. That was a wonderful show you guys did. I think it was the 4th of July. Was it 4th of July? I think it was, because I was out of town for that. Yeah.
Yep.
And
it was strictly Jamie and I, and
2
even
years
you
ago.
yourself.
That was 2 years ago, Dave.
Yep.
Gosh, it's been that long. Yourself. Wow. Can't believe it's been that long.
What are we rolling into our 3rd year of this show?
Fourth. We're in our 3rd year.
Wow.
Yeah. 4 years we've been going to be doing this at the end of the year, Dave. Starting January. Yep. Wow. It's like Ricky and I just celebrated a year. So it's like, yeah. But yeah, let's get our guests in. He's waiting. Here we go. Jamie McParland, the Irish Terror himself.
Everybody.
AKA guys, Ricky Vaughn.
If you guys hear a little bit of us kind of repeated, you might. I'm just going to deal with it, because Jamie had some headphone issues, and so we're just going to go through his computer speakers. So we're just going to have to deal with it, guys.
The guy with all the audio stuff has microphone problem. It's like
that's also why we started a little late.
Yeah, it's kind of like what is it? The cobbler's children has the worst shoes. So yeah,
it's good to see you, Jamie. I always like.
It's good to see you guys. Crusher, you look great, man. Holy smokes!
Yeah, it's not been easy. I mean, you talk about sacrifice, and Jamie, you and Dave knows this too. When you lose weight and gain muscle at the same time, that's a hard thing to do to begin with.
I don't know anything about that. I know about gaining weight. That's about it.
But but like trying to gain muscle again and lose weight is very difficult. It's one thing to lose weight. It's one thing to gain muscle, but to do both at the same time at my age.
Yeah.
So that's what it is. It's sacrifice. It's diet. It's exercise. It's strength training. It's all of the above. And it's not been an easy journey. But I'm doing it for purpose, guys. And yeah.
What's the purpose?
We got to understand. We got Crusher over here. He's the old part of the bunch.
We got Crusher over here. Wait, I think I'm the only one that can point correctly.
You're pointing up, yeah.
Well, no, when I point like this, I'm actually pointing in that direction.
Point the other way. Point the other way. Now
There
you're
you go.
now it's correct.
Yeah.
Just FYI.
Yeah, my screen. I'm
How about
pointing
me?
directly at
Am
you.
I pointing to you, Dave?
Now,
you are.
Okay, for me, it's right.
Well, for me,
You gotta
it's
figure out
right
what the hell
also.
those settings are. There's settings on this. It's called in your camera options. It's like if you have the mirror thing or going on. Let me see what mine is, and I'll just let you know. That way, everybody knows.
You could also watch the YouTube stream too and see which
Yeah,
way you're
so
pointing.
there's an option called mirror my camera, Dave. You got to uncheck it. That'll fix it.
Well, like I said, when I'm doing this, I'm actually pointing that direction.
But you look like an idiot because you're pointing the other way. Ricky does it too.
See, on my screen, I'm pointing at you.
Yeah.
You guys each need the shirts that say "I'm with stupid" and that points that
Dumb and
way.
dumber. How about that?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
It'd be amazing.
Well, on a positive note, I thought it was fitting I wear this shirt today.
Well,
yes,
oh my gosh,
I know.
look
I
at
was
that.
gonna, I
didn't
should have
even
done
notice.
that. I should have wore that. Why didn't I wear that? Jamie, you could have too.
I don't think I don't have one.
Don't I? Do you have one? I thought you did.
No.
I got to get you one. Everybody
That would be
got one.
amazing. I would love that.
Could have swore I got you one. I just need to know your shirt size, but yeah. I mean, you're probably not a medium like Crusher. Right?
No, I'm a double X.
Guys, I'm not a medium. I'm a large, but I was a double X. See, so that's just it, Jamie. I was a 2X.
Yeah.
Then I went down to an XL. Now I'm a large. It's crazy.
And I'm a double X, and I get to eat pizza every night. So
you don't know how
that's
much
the trade-off, man.
You don't know how much I miss that stuff.
Pizza and ice cream. It's like a 12-year-old's birthday every night.
Pizza,
at my house.
especially. Pizza is my
great.
favorite. I might have to have it when I'm out in Ireland next time I go there because I want pizza so bad from Ireland. I've never tried it when I was there the last time. So the next time I go to Ireland, I'm definitely going to try to get pizza.
Yeah, the Irish pizza is real famous, right?
Well, I just want to see what it's like there. You know, I always, because pizza is my favorite food, and I always like to try it everywhere I go, and I can't believe I didn't try it when I was there last time. So I got to try it. And I'm not talking about the chains. We got that here. I want something like homegrown, you know. But anyways, no, Jamie, the purpose, who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? We just got to wait and see. There's a lot of
I know what
speculation
everybody's
going on.
speculating.
Yeah, there is. And, you know, the Globetrotter himself, Ricky Henry, is certainly concerned. You know, he thinks that title that he loves so much now these days, he's concerned he might lose it. And I kind of like that. I like to keep that under the pressure under his skin like that a little bit. Jamie, what would you say would happen if I went back and faced off against this so-called Globetrotter?
I mean, I know I got my ass kicked by you in the ring, so I don't know. I don't know why anybody else wouldn't. So,
oh, Jamie, we had fun.
I mean, I got no problem believing that you could put both your feet right in someone's face when you're hauling ass off the ropes. So,
yeah,
watch out for that. That is a rough one.
Yeah, they don't do it as much anymore these days, but the flying drop kick, as Jamie's talking about, flying version. Yeah, they do lots of standing drop kicks. I just don't see the flying one as prevalent.
Huh.
At least not as much. But
yeah, that's how you get all that power behind it, you know.
Well, it's how it's got its name. It's how it's got its name.
Right.
It was a flying drop kick. But I'm, you know, if I do anything, I can guarantee you that I'll try to do everything I could that I did back in the day. There's certain things, obviously, with our age these days that I'm going to be limited with. But I'll do what I can.
What moves
when that time ever comes?
If you were to wrestle again, what do you think are moves that you might have difficulty doing?
Well, I think anything off the top rope is going to be a challenge, just for the landing.
Yeah, I was going to say the
bones are brittle.
Going off the top and hitting the person. That's the easy part. You know, it's
hitting the guy. It's the landing part.
It's the landing and the next day, I think, is the issue, right?
Yeah. Well, I'm not worried about the next day. Those high caliber, the high flying stuff.
Yeah.
But that was part of it that I did. I did a lot of things.
What about second rope? You just doesn't always have to be off the top. Yeah,
I think in that match we had, Jamie, I think I did a clothesline to you off the second. I mean, that's certainly something I could do.
Yeah.
But we all know Crusher is adrenaline to get rushing and he'll do something stupid off the top rope.
I know. we'll just have to see what happens if that ever happens. You know, everybody's speculating. Speaking of which, Dave, look at some of these comments. Gizmo, our regular, says, "Hi, Jamie." He says, "Hi, Jamie. We were excited when we found out that you would be guest hosting tonight. We love your personal insight into your love for the sport of wrestling."
Oh, that's very kind of you, Gizmo. Thanks for remembering me and watching tonight. I appreciate that.
I can safely say that Gizmo's our #1 fan with NWF for sure.
That's awesome. Yeah, he's been on every show well, I'm assuming it's a he, but they've been on every show I've been on so far.
Yeah.
So.
And you know what he was saying last week? He just loves the insights. He loves the stories we could tell. And then Jamie's like the art of storytelling. So it's like, I'm so glad you're on tonight. I want to say this too about Jamie. You know, I watched the podcast with Keaton. I didn't see all of it, so I had to go watch it after, you know, when it wasn't live. But I was listening and stuff, and Jamie's like, "Well, I think Crusher puts me up on a little bit more of a higher pedestal than I actually deserve. There were so many people that were in front of me." Look, no, I don't. Jamie, there is a handful I can count that had it day one when they came on the show, as far as in-ring capabilities. A handful. And you're one of those. That's #1.
That's very nice for me to say.
I mean, Dave doesn't argue with me either. Look, you
well, you guys are my friends. So.
I mean, you just had the knack for it, and some people are naturals. It is a thing, and you just had it, and you know, so there's that. Secondly, there's this. Now I'm going to be able to crush your Crossen character. I'm not in character now. This is me. I care more.
This is just to be Sean.
You know, everybody always says Crusher. This, like Ricky said it. The NWF would have never happened without you. You're the one that.
Oh, for sure.
You know, you're the brainchild. You know, this is nobody else could have done this in his mind. And maybe he's right, but I look at it this way: if it wasn't for you and Dave and every single buddy else that was on our show that wasn't doing it with me, nothing would happen. It took us as a collective to make it work. So in my eyes, you guys are just as important as I am, because without you guys, without Naturals, without Dave might have not been a big pristine bumper in the ring, but he has his heart in it more than anybody.
Yeah, for sure.
Look, if it wasn't for that kind of stuff, shit, I mean, what would I have done? A show by myself? I mean, really? So I think highly of you guys. In fact, yes, I do put you on a pedestal, Jamie. You're right, along with everybody else.
Well, I think that, you know, I think this analogy is probably the best I can think of, and it fits us perfectly. Dave and I and Macho and all the others, we were all just spokes, and you were the hub, and we made the wheel. You know, granted, there would be no wheel without the spokes, but there's really no wheel without a hub. so
Jamie's using his BMX
yes
analogies. It's a good point. You know, I guess I never looked at it that way. I mean, I see where you're coming from, but I think highly of you guys, though.
I would have loved to tune into public access just to see a 15-year-old kid beating the shit out of himself like that. You know, if it was just you on the show, that would have been hilarious.
You know, and the funny thing is with Jamie, Dave, I never knew how much he idolized me at the time. That didn't register with me for whatever reason back in the day. I only knew this from listening to you guys, especially when you were on the show when I wasn't on.
Yeah.
That's where it wow, I didn't realize all this. And I imagine that might have been for a lot of other kids too.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, but
you want to alienate, if you want to alienate someone, you know, idolize them. Right. And so, you know, I know some famous musicians and they're just regular dudes. And then there's other famous musicians that I'm a huge fan of, and we're not friends because I can't not idolize them to their face. You know what I mean? And so, you know, I did idolize you, but I tried to
it.
I wanted to be friends with you. You know what I mean?
Right.
And we ended up being friends. And so if I would have just like let you, you know, if I would have told you the things I thought and felt back then, that I feel comfortable telling you now. It probably would have weirded you out.
Yeah, it
wouldn't
would have been
hung out.
awkward.
You know, what
we're
I mean?
kids.
So,
You don't talk
yeah.
like that to each other.
yeah. So,
And you think I would have realized it when you had the same singlet, the same
Yeah.
pants, and everything, but
yep. Yeah,
that's how-
it's like you and mini you in the ring.
it was a good match, though. It was one of the better matches in the show at the dry dock that day.
Is my I think it's the best
Yeah.
match I was ever in, and the whenever I talk about wrestling to folks, that's the match that I show. So
Of course,
Yeah.
in today's day and age, we certainly don't hold. Our caliber wasn't up to the caliber it is today as far as picture perfect technique.
Crispness and
Yeah. And we know that. We don't hide behind that. But for that time period, we were just as capable as anybody else that you'd seen. I mean, that was how it was.
If we weren't as capable as we were, Ed Sharkey wouldn't have wanted to co-headline a show with us.
He wouldn't have even talked to us.
yeah.
Yeah, that's for damn sure.
Yeah.
So it just goes to show you how the times have changed, But yeah, we'll see what happens, guys. I've been working hard. I literally train 8 days a week. I know there's only 7, but I actually train 8 because I lift weights 5 days. I swim 3. That's 8 in my book. So
what are you, Hulk Hogan? You fly to Japan, you fly back in 1 day, so you count that as 2 days? Is that how that works?
Exactly. Oh, it's gonna be so fun.
Now, Crusher, speaking of your potential return to the ring, we have a comment on that.
Oh yeah, let's see here. I don't know who this is. Northside 131313. Not sure. First time commenter. Welcome into the commenting, guys. I'm glad to see new commenters comment. Says this. Jamie, I hear there are some credible rumors, that you might be coming out of retirement to team up with the incredible Crusher Crossen in Ireland. But somebody's got some inside information that I'd like to know.
I logged into YouTube and posted that comment under an assumed name. Now, as much as I would love to, and there was a point probably 20 years ago or so that we talked about doing a kind of a reunion.
Yeah, we did. Right around the time I wrote my book.
Event. And I was probably in shape and able to do it then, but
we were in Chicago or something at the time.
Yeah, I think for some reason I thought it was Milwaukee we were talking
Milwaukee,
about. Yeah. But I think the only thing I'm good for nowadays is maybe a run in.
I'm right there with you, Jamie.
Yeah, run in, do a couple of things and roll my fat ass out of the ring.
Well, Jamie, if you ever came out of retirement somehow, I'd be there with you.
Oh yeah, no, I'd love it.
But let me tell you something, guys. Don't be misconstrued. He might not have been the physical specimen Crusher Crossen was, but Jamie could rock and roll in that ring. Let me tell you, he could go.
Yeah, I was carrying an extra tire around, whereas Sean was ripped. So.
But that didn't matter. There were guys that look at Steenerson.
Yeah, he was amazing.
He was thick.
And he was
he was thick
dude,
all the way around, but he could
Yeah.
move like a cat in that ring.
Yeah, for sure. So,
like our guest next
Jamie,
week, we're going to talk about him at the end of the show, but he's another big bone guy that can move like a cat.
Yeah.
And NWF we're going to have coming up next week. It'll be interesting. We'll talk about that at the end of the show, though.
Jamie, I've been thinking about it for a while, and I remember back in the days, you and I hanging out after school.
Yeah.
Us going over to your apartment, bumping around in your room.
Yeah.
That's where I knew you'd be a good addition to the NWF.
Yeah, I'd set up like a little fake ring in my room, and
because Dave recalls he got you interested in the NWF. Now you say you don't recall that, Jamie. We got to get this cleared up right now.
I don't know that we're gonna be able to get it cleared up. And I usually have a pretty good memory about things, but I guess I'm finding as I get older, there's just gaps.
I have no recollection either way, because
See, what I remember is I remember us meeting up in school, and I told you about the Brooklyn Park Armory card where you and your grandma showed up.
Really? I thought I'd my recollection, and again, this could be, have changed. This memory could have changed over the years, but I thought I found the show on public access and saw that, because there were like bumpers that were ads for the Brooklyn Park show, and I thought were you on the card at the Brooklyn Park show?
Dave was.
Yeah.
Was he?
Yeah.
Did we hang out at the Brooklyn Park show?
We didn't really get a chance to hang out pre-show because I was getting ready for the matches.
Okay.
But you and I knew
maybe
each
you're
other
right.
at that point because of school.
You know what I think might have happened, Dave, is this. I think Jamie did stumble on us on public access prior. You might have seen us on there. I know you did. You had come across it because you have that recollection. You said so yourself that you watched me before you joined. But then I think you maybe got to know that Dave in school and realized he was on the show, and maybe Dave then did say, "Hey, why don't you come to the Brooklyn Park show?" I could see that happening.
We were in junior high at the time, right, Dave?
Yep.
Coon Rapids, and then we didn't have any classes together, did we?
I don't remember if we did or not.
I have so little memory of school; it's really weird.
But I know that we had like the same lunch block.
Right, that's where it would have been.
And I'd be sitting there reading the wrestling magazines, and you'd be like, "What's going on?"
I could see Jamie button in there when he sees a wrestling.
Give me the dirt.
Yeah.
PWI.
Jamie quickly learned from me, and I'm proud to say, you can be bold and outspoken, and you speak your mind when need be. And Jamie would do that. I remember at Superstar Spectacular '87, I had to leave the commentating booth. Jamie took my spot with whoever the guy was, Gary Gelsey. And then Bob Pfeiffer tried to come in and wanted to start doing Beautiful IFR. And Jamie's like, no, I've got the microphone. No, you're not going to get it from me. That's all you can hear. That's all we can hear is Jamie tell him no.
Yeah. Jamie does what Jamie wants.
That's what I mean. You picked up on that real quick. With me, at least. That's how I was, wasn't I?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we were little kids, and to try to get anything done and get taken seriously, you just had to throw
stand
down
up for
and be
yourself.
like, yeah, exactly. You had to be like, no, this is what we're doing, or this is what I'm doing.
I learned a long time. Squeaky wheel gets the grease.
It's true. Yeah.
You gotta. If you don't make any noise, you're just gonna get walked over.
Yeah.
So I was proud. I was actually proud as I look back at that and say, good for Jamie. He's standing up for himself against this adult who's trying to take the microphone from him. Good times.
Yeah,
here's a comment, Dave, Sports Talk. I think this is our regular Sports Talk. He says a different kind of name this time. I think that's our Sports Talk. He says, with a look behind the scenes, it makes it all the more interesting to see all the work that took place just to put on one show. And isn't that the truth? It's an interesting comment. Remember that we talked about Wayne last week? Wayne, I don't know if he's watching tonight. Maybe he's in the crowd, but he pointed out, again, we should be proud that we did backyard wrestling, that we were the pioneers of it. That's Wayne's take. We were the pioneers of backyard. I don't like hearing it that way. Wayne knows this, because I don't condone backyard, but I don't support it either. It's a weird thing. But I quickly pointed out to Wayne, I said, because Wayne goes, you were literally in a backyard. And I said, Wayne, you got to understand, we did 3 tapings in a backyard, 3 days of tapings, 3 complete days. There might have been 3 or 4 shows on one day, but we did 3 different venues outdoor in a backyard out of the 90 or so venues we did total. Now, when you look at it that way, we weren't in the backyard very much.
No.
So you got to look at it that way.
We were either in a TV studio, a boxing ring, or in an arena for us.
Arena, an armory, a school. Yeah.
Well, I kind of feel like backyard wrestling, it's more of an idea than, it's kind of like punk rock, where it's not what you wear, it's the idealism of it. And I feel like backyard wrestling in the 90s was like an extreme ECW type thing where it wasn't, we were trying to be the AWA or the NWA at WWF, and I feel like backyard wrestling was kind of,
they were trying to be the next Mick Foley.
Right, exactly.
Next,
and we were trying to be the next
sensationalism.
Big John Studd and, whatever else. So, yeah.
We were trying to be the same thing that was on television,
right,
on a junior level.
Yes.
They are trying to just emulate the hardcore. Most of the 90s was that way.
Yeah.
Granted, there were some that weren't. I'm not going to offend anybody that did it the right way or tried to. I shouldn't say right way, but tried to do it more properly. But Dave and I talk about this all the time. It wasn't referred to as backyard in our day. It was referred to self-train. Self-train was the thing. Look, Eddie Sharkey didn't frown on us for it. We were self-trained in the beginning. He knew that. He still took us in.
He still wanted to work with us.
Yeah. Smartened us up a little bit, too, which was good.
He drew money with us.
He did. Well, think of it in Eddie's eyes. He's doing bar shows, you guys, with 50 people at the most? And then he hears us doing 300 at the Anoka Armory. Damn right he wants to get in with us.
Yeah.
I mean, that goes without saying. And then we sold it out with Dixie Dave on October 18th.
Yep.
Here's a commenter I've never seen before. THX 1129. Actually, you know what? That looks like Wayne. But he's coming in as THX. Because the only reason I say that is I think that's his graphic.
I think that's Thing from...
Well, that's the same graphic that I've seen Wayne use, I think. Yes, it is Wayne. What's going on here? Everybody's in disguise. It is Wayne. All right.
That's me, Wayne.
Wayne was actually in attendance on October 18th. He came on with us when we did a watch along with that Armory card. It was a lot of fun.
Nice.
So anyways, and I don't take offense to Wayne. Look, Wayne's entitled to his opinion. I don't condone him for feeling the way he does and how he thinks about it. That's his opinion, and he's entitled to it. I would never frown on anybody's opinion, even if I don't agree with it. I'm all about everybody speaking their mind for what they believe. So, just the way I look at things. So, yeah, Wayne doesn't know why it's showing up that way either. I don't know what's going on. Like, everybody's name is coming in weird. I'm telling you guys, this StreamYard's been acting up on us tonight. I don't know what's going on.
Well, it is spooky season.
I was going to say too, Jamie, you were concerned on Keaton's podcast about you just don't think you have anything interesting to say. You always have interesting things to say.
I don't know, man.
So don't ever think that. I'm still coaching you after all these years. What the hell's going on here? Yeah. But that's just it. And if you're going to do something like what we did, you'd need somebody to kind of be a motivator like that.
Yeah.
And that's what I tried to do with all you guys. I tried to just bring the whole momentum up with everybody. I mean, as good as I could be, if you guys aren't all firing on all cylinders either, what do we got here? I need everybody performing well, right?
One thing I was thinking about before the show started when I was watching the intro was, the people running the camera were kids, right?
Yeah,
and everything was done by us kids. Are you aware of anyone who went into like TV production or any kind of video production other than yourself after?
Gosh, that's a good question.
Because I mean, dude, you're running these 3/4 inch, cameras with 3/4 inch tapes and all that stuff, like at 11 or 12.
Yeah, it's only 3/4 inch Sony U-matic.
You got that experience. You would think maybe somebody.
I know. I'm thinking like our announcers that we had were so good. They could have been doing it. I think we had just as good of announcers as the regular wrestling. Some of these guys, they were that good. They were really good at delivery on the mic for our announcing team.
Yeah,
not always, but like a Jeff radio
was
voice,
fantastic. Yeah.
Grizzly
and announcing is hard because
it was good.
You have to. If the match sucks or gets slow, you still have. It's your responsibility to keep the action going, keep everybody excited, and you're filling this, you know, gap of so much time that, you know, you got to keep people interested and engaged, and that's incredible. You know, it may not be physically hard, but it's mentally and I would assume really stressful. So,
and you got to put the guys over you're commentating for. Very important.
Sure. Yeah.
So, and the last thing, the only thing we failed, and we did this too much, and it wasn't our fault. But some of the guys like Bob Fiery, when he come in and guest come here, and Ken Boyer did this too, they'd start talking about Luscious Larry and other people's matches. Oh, we got this coming up, this big main event. And they say, don't do that. You're killing the match that's happening.
Yeah.
We don't need that. So, yeah, hindsight's always 20/20, you know.
Yeah, it would be, you know, and this is like a stupid old man thing to say, but God, if we could go back and do, you know, one episode knowing what we know now, like how good would it be?
Oh, just the storylines from everything, from every perspective, Jamie. You're so right on that.
Yeah.
I mean,
you know, maybe you wouldn't have become one of the invaders, and you and I could have gone after the national tag straps.
Yeah, right.
You know, we had a lot of good guys though, and if you think about it on the show, I know that Terry might have some issues at school with you, Jamie, but on the show, for the most part, everybody got along. I can't think of too many people on the show that did not get along.
There's a couple of people I didn't like.
Well, you might not like them, but everybody got
professional
along.
on the show.
Yeah. There are some guys that maybe put themselves higher than others, and I know who you're talking about, actually.
And also, you know, it's teenage boy popularity, you know, that sort of thing, you know. So,
and when you're a couple years younger, sometimes you're looked at differently from the 2 or 3 year older guys.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Yeah. I mean, that's a big age difference at that age.
At that age. Sure.
So, I mean, for a 10-year-old, 1 year is a 10th of their life, you know, whereas now 1 year is nothing to, you know, so,
you know, but I always got to point out, I got to start pointing out for Ricky's sake, you know, Ricky's our current world champion. Ricky Henry, the Globetrotter. And one of the things I know he wants us to reiterate is that a lot of people think the NWF belt was a junior championship. And while it started out with us as junior wrestling and junior championships, the NWF belt was held by a lot of adults.
Yeah.
I mean, Steve Engstrom was 27 and he was world champion at one point. You know,
he was
Grizzly
27?
Steve.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Well, Tim Holland was 19.
Yeah, when he had it. Tom Tyler. Grizzly Stevens. Look, these guys are all Grizzly Stevens might have been in his 30s.
Yeah,
So my point is the NWF belt evolved into just a normal title championship. And that was, you know, so that's why as Ricky's defending the belt now, he's going against Paulo Tarasi this weekend. He's in his 30s, I think. So yeah. So the NWF belt isn't just necessarily tied to just kids, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Just like it's kind of like our thinking was back then. If you remember, Jamie, we didn't like the idea of kids wrestling. We wanted to be considered another league as we were going with it.
Yeah.
We didn't want to be looked at as juniors or kids. You know, especially for your time, Jamie. You know, we were definitely moving in that direction.
Yeah. And I mean, you know, we were doing events at the Dry Dock, which is a non-alcoholic bar. Like, there's not a lot of kids there. We were trying to get adults, you know, into watching us and that sort of thing. So,
and if you look at our crowds in the Armory, smorgasbord. I mean, there were kids, there were grandmas, there's of all ages, just like any wrestling crowd.
Yeah,
exactly.
Which is pretty cool. Here's a question, and guys, I know you're waiting for the wrestling. We're gonna start the show up here in a minute, but I got this one other comment,
and then I got to say something.
Sports video. Being you have 3 wrestlers here now, can you all agree who was the heart and soul of the company, but none of you can win? So if it wasn't any of us 3, who would be the heart and soul of the company?
I don't think that's possible. Like, there's no NWF without Sean, but there's definitely NWF without me or Dave, you know? So Yeah.
Well, if you had to pick somebody that wasn't here, Jamie, who would it be that you felt had?
There's nobody else that could have, if you got hit by a car and died and it was like, okay, and we all agreed, hey, let's all keep the league going. I don't think there's anybody else that could have picked it up.
No.
I'm thinking about, and that's not to say that there weren't great people. Well, I guess Jeff could have run it.
Jeff Dinsmore is very capable for
yeah,
sure.
no, Jeff, and I feel like Jeff when he came in, very quickly became an integral part of the show. The production team on the show. So yeah,
Yeah.
I guess my vote would be for Jeff or Jason Crossen. He was, I kind of think of those guys as vice presidents, whereas
Right,
you're the
yeah.
president of the thing. So,
Well, I'm going to go a little more old school.
all right.
Somebody we really have that doesn't get enough credit for the NWF.
I know who you're going with, and I'm going to go with him too.
Well,
Luxury
sorry
Lane.
sorry if I stole them from you, but
I can see where Jamie wouldn't think of him because he wasn't around
Who?
for them.
I didn't-
Charlie Lane's the one who started the show with me. Luxury
Oh,
Lane.
I
He
don't
came
know
up
that
with
I
the
ever met
concept in
him.
the beginning. Yeah, you probably never have. He's the one we forget about.
I've only met him on video.
Yeah,
I've only
Is
met
that
him
is
here
that
in
his
the
real
studio.
name?
Charlie Lane.
Yeah,
Chuck Lane. He likes to go by Chuck now, but it was Charlie back in the day.
that's a great name.
And Luxury Lane. And I remember, Tougher Daniels, one of the wrestlers, one of the kids back then when we first started the show, he was like, you tried to tell Charlie something. Charlie was one of these guys where I'm right. You're kind of like Ricky. I'm right. You're wrong. Listen to what I'm saying. Ricky can get like
That's
that.
where you got that.
Yeah, well, Charlie Lane was like that too. And let me tell you something. Lane was Tougher Daniels. We were off camera. We just got done doing a segment or whatever, and Tougher's like, Luxury Lane, shouldn't it be Luxurious Lane? And Charlie looks at me and is like, shut up, Chris. It's totally right. Yes, it should be Luxurious Lane. No, he liked luxury. Yeah, I think Luxury Lane definitely would be my vote if it wasn't any of us three.
Because I mean,
he had the gathering power. He could definitely bring people together.
He's also the one that got you into wrestling.
Yeah, he got me into it. He just had that Pied Piper style. Like, he was more popular than I was, honestly, at the time. And if it wasn't for Charlie, he wouldn't. Charlie's the one that everybody clinged to come on the show in the beginning. Man, I don't know if it would have worked without Charlie. Honestly, I needed him just as much as he needed me in the beginning. That's for sure. But I will say another vote. If we're going to talk who's the heart and soul of the company right now today without any of us three, Ricky Henry.
Yep.
The Globetrotter.
For sure.
He's holding the belt. He's with pride, mind you. He's the heart and soul today. He's the
carrying
future.
on the legacy.
Yes, he's the future. So
it's a lot of responsibility that
yeah,
a bunch of old men are putting on you.
Well, and you know what? Ricky looks at it that way. Like, he looks at us that way. He understands that, we were still he understands we were kids, but he also understands the importance of what we did.
Yeah.
He gets it. Just like most indie fans get it. Indie fans aren't stupid
buff about it. I mean,
there's such a difference, Dave, though, between indie fans and the purists.
Right.
The marks. Such a big difference.
And before we get the stream going,
yeah, we're gonna get that.
We got to remind our Instagram users, your feed's going to end in about 16 minutes.
Yes.
Oh my God, have we been going that long already?
Oh yeah,
Chat.
I said it was going to be a longer show. We got the storyteller with us right down there. But,
it's going to end in 15 minutes. Dave's right. So if you're on Instagram, get over to YouTube here.
You can have a lot more fun over here. You can comment, interact with us. We don't make you pay for super chats.
And YouTube's easy, guys. You just go to our bio and links right there to get to our YouTube channel. So it's not hard to get to from Instagram.
As long as it's not a creepy comment, we support all comments.
Yeah,
on this
when we
show.
say creepy, we don't, granted we're showing kids wrestling, and if we see anything inappropriately along those lines, the comments will not come in, and our moderators will most likely get rid of it before we even see it. Our channel moderators. So, here's a comment then, the Sports Talk following up. He says, those picks were spot on answers. I think most people would agree with you. So there we go. All right, let's get the show going. Everybody's waiting. All
Watch
right.
some wrestling.
We're going to Yoho Municipal.
AKA Sean's backyard.
Yep, exactly. And guys, as usual, I just need to know, hopefully the audio's good. It sounds a little loud to me right now. I just want to make sure you can hear us talking. But it seems a little loud to me.
Is it my mic? I can mute my mic.
No, it's not your mic, Jamie. It's sometimes I forget to lower the volume enough. I think we're good now. Let me know, guys, if you can hear us talking okay. That's important. I'm sure you will once we get through the intro. They'll let us know. But yeah, so Yoho Municipal, Jamie, you never got the opportunity to have a match at Yoho, I don't think, did you?
No,
Nope, he came in the pole barn days.
Yeah, the pole barn stuff. That was such a cool setup too, though. And it's just a shame that Larry did what he did and wrecked the whole deal, because we had a good setup there.
Yeah.
The pole barn. This is one of those backyard shows that Wayne says, you're backyard wrestling, you guys.
You're so upset by that.
I'm not upset. I'm not
You
upset.
keep bringing it up like it's bothering you.
It's just because Wayne and I love to debate it. And as you know, I'm like Ricky, like Crusher, like Wayne. I love a great debate. And so does all three of us do. Speaking of Ricky, he wants you on a forward show, Jamie. He really wants you on. Yeah, he watched your interview with Keaton. He goes, I really want to have him on as a guest.
Oh, man.
I said, well, Jamie's in the school system, and so a lot of times when we do our show, he's in school. So I said, if we get Jamie, it's going to have to be over a winter break or something like that. So maybe on the winter break or something coming up, maybe before the end of the year here, maybe like Christmas time or something, maybe you can come on.
Yeah, I got some time.
Because I think we have a show the week of Christmas, after Christmas it is.
Episode of the NWF Professional Wrestling. We're here at the Anoka.
Chris Barger, remember him, Jamie?
No.
Just having witnessed.
Yeah, you didn't see him.
His suit jacket, though.
And our first interview is going to be with.
Yeah, he was a great interviewer.
Took on Rattlesnake Jake this evening.
Good match commentator too.
And after the vicious beating that you took from the likes.
Of course, what were we influenced here, Jamie? This is like classic AWA style interviews, right?
Yeah.
We were watching.
I don't care.
Sounds a little low. Okay, let me get it up.
I guarantee you'll pay for it, but I got something really
Yeah, I turned it up a
important
bit,
to say.
so hopefully that works.
Sergeant Smash.
I'd like to introduce to you my new manager. Come on
Yeah,
in,
this is
P.
Sergeant Smash.
Now, wait a minute, ladies and gentlemen,
Thinking
who is
that
this?
He was a little upset he didn't get in the Hall of
Where
Fame,
was
Dave.
This man earlier this evening when you were wrestling Rattlesnake Jake.
It's all your
He
fault.
was on a flight. He was supposed to come.
Yep, I
to
mean,
get here. But
I blocked
first
him
of
from
all,
everything.
I'd like to show you a few things. It was because of the Sheik that Rattlesnake Jake took his place. He bought his way out of it. Now, I'd like you to get a good look because, Sheik, you can't understand plain English because whatever I say you goes in one ear and out the other. So get a good look at these pictures. 4 simple steps that will happen to you, Sheik. Number 1. Sheik, this is you.
Holy shit.
This is your
Look at Chris, speed it up, speed it up.
body, Sheik.
We only had so much time for the interview. Smash was like writing a book here. Like, come on, let's get through it here.
Going to the ring.
Speed it up, speed it up.
Number 2.
You see
Here's
Chris
you
telling him to speed it up?
getting pile drive and injured.
Jamie looks like
This
oh,
is
you're good.
amazing.
The ambulance coming to get you, Sheik. And my favorite part, you getting in the hospital for good. I guarantee you
That'd be
will
great.
regret
It's
that,
creative
Sheik.
for him. What can you say?
Only worse.
A very angry Sergeant Smash. I'd like to talk to this man if I could. Your name again, sir?
KP. He can't talk. He's had rotten chicken on Northwestern Airlines. It's J.P. Kramer,
So-
Killer Kramer and Associates.
Is the audio good, by the way, guys?
Is this
Yeah,
the
yeah, it's
beginning
fine for
of a
me.
family, Sergeant?
It's possible.
You heard it
J.P.
here first,
Kramer
Sergeant
is just a
Smash
friend
and
of Chris's,
J.P. Kramer may
actually.
be,
Yeah.
And he's just his
starting up a family
manager,
here
but
in the
doesn't really know
NWF.
what to do on camera.
And now our
Unfortunately.
next interview, ladies and gentlemen, is with Rattlesnake Jake, the man.
Oh, Rattlesnake, the original.
And wait a minute, we've got to keep this separate. We got to keep this separate, ladies and gentlemen. Rattlesnake, you're a bit vicious.
Is that a ski mask with the bottom of it cut off?
Yep, that's what he used.
Vicious. What do you think they call me, the rattlesnake? Look, I don't know where the Sergeant Smash geek goon. I don't know where he gets off coming in here, accusing the Sheik. Big words for paper. And you saw it tonight.
Jason's trying to keep his voice down because he knew
Right.
Johnson would come in and yell at him.
Kicked it.
Because he got yelled at before.
When
he does his really yelling at it.
Considered a bit,
Big words for
unorthodox
paper.
and a little unfair.
The ref didn't count it out that I did.
Because it was a count out.
That's about it from Rattlesnake Jake. On the other hand, maybe it's
Jason screwed up the whole
and,
promo.
after these messages, we'll be right back.
Jason. What a guy, what a character. So Wayne's asking, where were these filmed at? Those were filmed at the Group W Cable Studios in Anoka. Those interviews. Right there on Coon Rapids Boulevard, I believe. Right there.
Well,
in Anoka.
East
One
River
thing,
Road there, I think. So.
One
West-
thing,
Yeah, East River Road. Yeah.
one thing that I don't know if our younger viewers realize, but in the 80s, having a video camera was incredibly rare. And so, unlike
Yeah.
today where people feel comfortable on camera, having a camera pointed at you in the 80s was like deer in headlights for just about everybody. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
these kids doing this is amazing. So
Right. You're right, Jamie. Because a lot of people, video cameras were not prevalent. Nobody
No.
had personal video cameras.
yeah, and everybody would freeze on camera. It was just like, whoa, I'm on TV, and so
They just.
nobody was comfortable with it like everybody is today, because everybody has
It was a few
smartphones.
years later when you could start getting cameras
Yeah.
and stuff. But at 1984, 85, 86,
No.
not heard of. Sports Tech says, what are we watching? We're watching our Yoho Municipal tapings with interviews from Group W Cable Studios. So you're going to see interviews and you're going to see wrestling. So that's what
Well,
we're
I
watching.
think he was talking about Smash's interview.
Oh, with his demonstration of what's going to happen to the
Yeah.
Sheik. Yeah.
So these Magnificents, they were like a one and done.
And that is the end of the theme song.
Yeah, the
And now
Magnificents
the
were
referee is
ones that
finally in
wanted to
there
join,
searching the
called the
exits,
hotline or
and the
whatever.
call is given
They're
to
from
ring
Coon
the
Rapids.
bell.
I remember me and Mike Bauer
This'll be our first.
met them at the
bell has been
McDonald's
rung, not too well,
on
but
Foley
just indeed has
Boulevard
been rung.
in
And
North
now, the
or
referee
Northrop or
section
whatever.
Magnificents
That
has
McDonald's.
Northdale.
right there.
our first
Northdale.
opportunity
There's
Yeah.
McDonald's
to look
there.
at these gentlemen
And
from
we met right
Hollywood,
there and met those
California.
two kids. They met us there to formally introduce ourselves and say, yeah, this is what it's all about. Kind of give them like a preview of what to expect. And it was Mike's idea, Mike Bauer's idea, that we should do this going forward, that we should actually, meet these guys before, instead of having them show up not knowing anything.
Right.
So that's what we did. Now these Magnificents, they didn't get in a whole lot of training, just showing a few things, and they're in the ring, and this is what we get. This is how it was, guys. You would get
Yeah.
thrown in there to see if you could handle it. And
Whoa.
a little bit of shooting going on here. It's because you have to.
Yeah.
Got
So-
to protect the business.
Well, not so much protecting the business, Dave, a little bit, but mainly to see if these guys can handle this or not.
Yeah.
If you can't handle it going at it with a little bit of a shoot, you can't handle it.
I think I've been watching too much like 2000s wrestling because I keep waiting for somebody to get thrown on the car.
Yeah, Steve. Wait. Yeah, Steve. Let's park our car right in the driveway. At least put it in the damn street, right?
I mean, somebody needs to get suplexed onto that car.
It would actually
we
do
were
the car a
just missing
favor.
Nord the Barbarian being there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. That guy. Oh my God.
Normally I'd be in the backyard with this, but I thought, let's do the front yard because I thought we could get this cool angle like I'm getting. I always like this angle from a corner post.
Yeah, no, this is good.
So I think this is the best angle you can do when you have one camera, honestly, you guys. So if you're gonna have one camera, this is the shot you want. Really. So guess who Mr. X2 is there, you guys?
You'll find out later.
You might not recognize him, but it's Kid Kelsey. He was Mr. X2 in this situation.
Kelsey.
But, you know,
Mr. X2 is interchangeable.
You don't have to worry about it. We'll get things done.
But these kids, they did all right. They never showed up again, though. These are one of these one and dones.
Magnificents have taken a turn
And I don't know if it's because, I don't know if it's because they just couldn't handle it or their parents said, hey, we don't want you doing this. You know, they might have not had
good, though.
What's that?
They're doing real good.
Yeah, they're doing all right for being their very first time in a wrestling ring.
To the leg?
You gotta imagine.
They must have some kind of.
I mean, they wore matching shirts too. That's good.
A lot of pot. What they're gonna look like.
Now Magnificent 2 throws him out the ropes.
I remember we weren't loaded with money these days. Most of the kids in the show didn't come from wealthy families, so they, wearing what they can.
As X2 is being rolled up.
No, but I thought it was good that they wore matching shirts. They look like a team.
Oh yeah, exactly.
And a knee smash onto the elbow of X number 2.
Technique isn't quite there, obviously, but
kind of pile driver. Now
it's so easy for me to look at this with 20/20 vision too. I don't know why I do it.
Now wait a minute. X1 is working at the turnbuckle.
And Kelsey's not the best bumper. He knows it.
And X smartly moves it back.
Great talker, great ring, great, mind for the ring, and knows how to knows how a match should go. But Kelsey's only weakness was he was afraid to take big bumps. Only weakness was Matt.
Ladies and gentlemen. And now setting him up.
Steve, he could do it all.
X1 is going to take care of
Mr.
himself.
X, one in the ring now.
And he misses. Magnificent one turned away from that back body drop. It may have been.
Let's see what Steve does with them. So remember, guys, these guys are brand new, and he's going to get up. Talk about getting introduced, man. Power slam for somebody brand new.
And 3, they got him. Your winners, ring
It's
the
a good
bell.
power slam.
Your
good.
winners, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. X1.
You think about it, though.
X2, the X's.
People that wanted to come on the show, you had to know they probably did some practicing on their own.
We'll be right back after this.
They had to. Jamie, you did.
Yeah.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome
whatever
back
you
to
could
the
do to try to
NWF
prepare
Professional
yourself,
Wrestling.
right?
Once again, we're here on July 26, 1986 at the Anoka
Except
Armory.
the ring was a
After the
little stiffer
tremendous
than your
matches
bed
that we saw
mattress.
this evening.
Yes.
And the first man that I'd
Now,
like to
Chris is
interview
saying
right
we're at the
now
Anoka Armory on July 26th. We weren't. We're at Group
Slick
W Cable
Steve.
Studio.
Come on in
But
here if you would.
he's just saying, sorry, guys, 8 o'clock. My phone goes off. Take care of that. There we go.
Slick Steenerson.
But we know what we should have did, Wayne?
Not much.
We should have
What we're
got
looking
rid of
at
the blue
here
curtain
is
and had the
Slick
white
Steenerson,
wall.
who,
If we're at the
wrestled
Anoka
along
Armory,
with
let's make it look
Red
like it's not the
Butcher, who wrestled
studio.
the Barbarians. Now, I'm sure what's running through
So
everybody's
easy to
mind is
say that
after the
now.
beating that Bulldog took after the match, how is the Bulldog doing?
Oh my God, Troy looks like
Well,
such a baby.
For what I could say is
He does.
he's out of professional wrestling.
Troy was a horrible talker.
So the Barbarians did what they set out to do.
Couldn't
They
do a promo.
eliminated one half of the Dream Team. Now,
Chad
who
could
is
talk,
this
though.
that you brought
Dr.
with-
Destruction.
They didn't eliminate him. Those guys.
They just said he was out of professional wrestling. How could they not eliminate him?
Figure it out yourself. I don't.
Okay, is this your new partner, Slick?
None of your business.
Okay, well, not very talkative. The Slick Steenerson and a mystery partner, if you want to call it that. And now, coming into the ring, we have from Chicago, Illinois, not coming into the ring, coming into the studio, the Ice Drag.
Oh, the Ice Drag.
Oh,
Rare,
the
rare
clothes are so
Ice Drag and the
80s.
Fly
It's so
were,
great. Oh, the
disqualified
skull
against the Rock
hat.
and Roll Express.
Yeah.
Anything to
Wow.
say?
Look at
We
Chris.
weren't disqualified. We wasted them turkeys.
I
I feel like Chris is a good talker.
believe we were. You were.
Yeah, he was. He
disqualified.
definitely could
You
talk.
took the chair to the face of one half of the Rock and Roll Express. Can you
And the mesh
justify
shirts
something like
back
that? How
in
do
the
you
day.
expect
Yeah.
Yeah.
to move
yeah.
up in the rankings in the NWF by winning on disqualifications like that?
I didn't hit nobody with the chair.
Then how do you explain the blood that was all over the ring and the bloody face of one half of the Express, Chris Barger, and everything that went on? Everybody in the Anoka Armory saw it.
He must have just popped a pimple.
Well,
Such a
yeah,
great
I've been
heel.
denying everything.
Oh gosh,
So on
he
the
was.
next card,
He
on
was.
October 17th at the Anoka Armory, the Ice Dragon, you will be wrestling along with your new partner, Dr. Destruction, the Invaders.
Well, there you go, Dave.
But,
That was the match
that's
scheduled.
on October 17th.
Yep.
So the
It's
Ice
not what
Dragon
happened, though.
disqualified on after using
Nope,
a chair, which
sorry.
he denies. We'll be right
What
back after
happened,
these
guys,
messages.
is Chris Downs got himself suspended.
Okay, welcome
And
back.
so did Dr.
This is
Destruction,
the
but
Barber
Dr.
Ranger.
Destruction's suspension wasn't as long.
And now,
But when them two got suspended for disciplinary reasons, just because they Chris had a problem getting along with everybody off the camera.
this team from Minnesota.
And when you got suspended, we had to change the matchup.
Mr. Nice Guy.
So Dixie Dave and Rattlesnake Jake took that spot.
I was good friends with Chris, but he was definitely a little bit of a heel off mic too.
Oh
so-
yeah, yeah. He was a hot
Which is,
wire.
that made him fun. So he was a bit of a hellraiser.
Brian Peterson was the same mold. Like they
Yeah.
were like that off camera, but it made them great heels. Made them awesome heels.
And now their opponents.
Speaking of the Mr. Nice Guys, Mr. Macho in there, Mr. Destroyer.
Yep.
Two great guys.
Weighing 300.
Wayne commented on that last match
The Rack and
when we
Roll
just seen.
Express.
He probably didn't think a body slam would hurt like it, so they didn't come back. Could be. We never did get the reason. But that was a heck of a good power slam that he got.
Yeah.
That was a shoot slam, by the way, guys. They weren't. Steve had to just power him over. Looked good though. And then Sports Video says, "I like the blue curtain behind the wrestlers."
Yeah.
Yeah, professional looking. When you hear the audio go away from the show, it's because I had to take music out and I couldn't get it out properly, so it just goes quiet. Copyrighted music.
And now the match is gone. First in the
That's all
ring
that
looks
is.
like it'll be
What a fun day, though. Sunny day,
Macho.
wrestling ring in the front driveway,
Half of that rock and roll.
letting everybody know in the neighborhood what we're doing.
Oh, Mr. Macho attacking right
The
away.
neighbor lady here had daycare. She watched a bunch of kids, and they eventually got a blanket out for them, and all the kids sat in the blanket and watched
Oh, that's
in
awesome.
the yard
There
over
may
there,
be a
next door there, yeah.
clothesline. No, it is an elbow. Double elbow.
The little kids were obviously intrigued with us
Yeah.
doing this.
Oh, now an elbow smash from
Dominic Dumas, Mr. Destroyer
Yep.
in there. Chris Barger.
Pardon me, not Dr. Destruction. And a drop kick.
Cameraman's all over the place here, Jamie.
Yeah.
Chris
What do we
Wasn't
have?
me.
One of the super dudes on camera right now?
I don't know.
Firing back,
Whoever it is.
and he's getting kicked. And another punch.
This is
from-
just it, guys. Like Jamie said, it's us kids were doing this. So
And now
sometimes
it
we
is a
get
tag on
kids
the
that just
Rock and
were a
Roll Express.
little
Mr.
inexperienced
Macho's
on that
coming out,
camera.
attacking right away.
Yeah.
And it is a
Another
armbar.
thing to keep in mind is everybody kind of did everything, right? It wasn't.
There's another
It wasn't
tag.
like this person is our camera operator. It was
On
like,
the
hey,
Rock and
you
Roll
run the
Express.
camera.
Exactly.
Here's a 10-second tutorial. Go, right? You help build the ring. You interview people. You talk on. You're going to commentate on this match. And so everybody kind of did a little bit of everything, which is great.
Exactly.
So
Going for it.
And you seen that message on the screen? The winner of this match is going to meet the X's in the quarterfinals. Here it is again. We're doing this. This is the first time we ever did it. We're doing a tag team tournament cup, and the winner is going to get a trophy. So this is like there's 8 tag teams involved in
The
this.
referees stand around when we're in the
And that
ring.
was our NWF's first annual tag team tournament.
As you
Fun
see,
little thing we did.
movie,
We stole that from the NWA, Jim
the
Crockett's.
Rock and Roll
Yeah.
Express. They get
Yeah.
up there, they think
We have another
they're
comment,
gonna make
Crusher.
bands. There's no way.
Did you have any problems with local Karens calling the police on you? Not at
We'll
all.
show them how it goes.
Not
I don't
one
think
bit.
that was a thing back
And there's
then.
Mike,
No.
No, nobody.
oh,
The only
there's a-
time, I think I've said this story before, but the one time the police were called on us was my mom. She called
Your
the
mom
cops
called the police on you?
because I wouldn't listen to her. Steve and I were building the ring in the garage at midnight, pounding away and saws going and everything, trying to get our ring going, ready for the
Yeah.
armory or whatever. That was the first armory car we had to build a ring,
Oh, he landed
and I
on
wanted to
his
get
head,
it done.
ladies
And we were on a, it was one of those nights we just were on a roll. We're getting things done, and my mom's like, she could hear the saw, she could hear the hammers. It's like,
On its,
neighbors are going to
one
complain. You
count,
got to
was it
stop.
one or
Stop
one
this.
count?
Like, no, we're going to keep going. We're going to keep doing it. I didn't listen.
We're seeing some good amateur wrestling.
She
from
called the
rock and
police.
rollers.
And then the police made Steve go home.
Yeah, the 80s were definitely different. And
Oh, yeah.
the funny thing is, that's not that weird for the 80s.
And they
Like,
missed
kids
it.
out of control,
X's,
so the
X,
parents
Mr.
call the
X, and
cops on the
Mr.
kid.
X
And, the police just basically had Steve go home and then had me go to bed. Not a big deal.
After that
They
defeat,
moved up to the
I don't
A lot of
blame
top
my
rope
mom.
Stuff here.
Yeah. That's how bullheaded I was for the show, you guys, though. I mean, I was just,
will meet
I put the show first. I always did. Right
You
or
still
wrong.
do.
barbarians have no problem with that.
Yeah, I do. But like I told Ricky, though, my priorities in life, though, surprise, surprise, friendships come first.
Rock and roll
Yep.
express.
My priorities in life are friendships, followed by family. I know it sounds strange,
Nice.
From the,
but I put family second to friendships.
it's a 2 count.
Yeah,
Mr. Macho coming
This is a
in to
great
save his partner.
match.
yeah, it's not
This is
bad.
a mistake on Chris
I mean,
getting taken down.
you guys can talk about the sloppiness in the ring, all you professionals out there,
That's a
but
tag on-
for the 80s period, it blended in just fine
That's a tag
for that time frame.
on the Rock and Roll Express. Now, ladies and gentlemen, in a
It's
matter
Mr.
of
Macho in there right now.
half hour or so, you're going to see
This is such
the
a great
greatest
heel.
tag team in the world, the Barbarians, the world champions.
Yeah, he was.
Destroy.
Interviews were good. Mike was
Yeah.
good.
And now back to the match.
Mike was his real name.
Conan, you can say a few words.
Yeah, I loved hanging out with Mike. He's somebody I really liked.
Nice, totally nice guy off camera,
Yeah.
by the way.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely.
He
Sweetheart.
played a great heel, but he was super
Yeah.
nice.
Yep.
Macho goes to the second rope.
It's an interesting comment from Gizmo. I don't know how these kids didn't get really bad sunburn. Look at the video of the wrestlers blistered red. Wrestlers are blistered red. Well, you're only in the ring wrestling for 10 minutes or so. So it's not like a lot. And then we had the garage that you can't see where everybody would hang out in the shade.
There's a tag off.
So it's not too bad that way.
Also, I think back then, like, we spent all summer outside with shirts off, so we
Right,
had a
so
good
we had a base.
base layer,
That's for sure.
What's it gonna be?
Drinking water out of hoses.
What's he
and-
gonna do?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's the way it was. What are they doing here? Whoa!
Whoa! That was amazing.
It looks like they got
Pretty
Ring shot
innovative.
clothesline.
You think about it though. Think about 1986. That wasn't done a whole
And the
lot.
Rock
Yeah,
and Roll
no.
Express move up to the second
Something
round
like
of
that.
Wow.
of the tag team tournament.
In '86, you didn't see that kind of stuff.
I think the fix is in. They got by pinfall up there real quick after that pinfall.
Now that's the beauty of editing afterwards.
Oh, right.
Yeah, you're up. You and the flyer up. Get in the ropes.
Listen to me dictate or give direction off
Ladies and
camera.
gentlemen,
Yeah, you the
and
flyer
now
up. Get
what
up.
we've
You're
got
up
is
next.
something I'm looking forward to. We're having an interview with the brand new lightweight champions of the world.
Ah, the
they
Super
won it
Ds.
tonight here at the Anoka Armory. You saw it, and you'll see it later on. The Super Ds, the brand new lightweight champions of the world. Now, Rough Ryan is not with them. He's in back taking care of some business with President James W. Wilson, and I imagine that's
Why
where
the
your
stuff
belts are.
cleaned
But
up
how does
nice
it
with
feel to
Project
once again be
Starlight
the
now.
champions? Congratulations. It was an
No more
excellent
monster
victory.
heads and
How do you
alien
feel?
faces.
Well, we feel good about the belts, and we
That's the
feel
problem
good
I was
that
getting in
we
the early
defeated
days of
the
this, Jamie.
Russians. They stink.
No words, no love lost
those guys
between you and the
twins?
Russians.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Now,
identical
now that
twins.
you've won the titles back,
In the
do you
beginning,
have
I could
any
never tell
plans
them
to go on
apart.
any tours
Yeah.
defending these belts, or are you going to stick right here? in
Did they ever do
Minnesota
the
defending
thing where
them for
they
the
would
NWF?
not tag each other? And
Anyway.
We did a switcheroo
Well,
with
we
them
wanna
once.
go around
Really?
and
Nice.
Yeah.
defend our
Where
belts,
the one came in for the
and
other, and they
Yeah,
got
yeah,
the
yeah.
pin. Yeah.
That's perfect.
wherever we go.
And Jamie, they just
So-
got inducted into the Anoka Athletic Hall of Fame.
Confidence
Oh,
level,
really?
Not
For
very
soccer,
large,
yeah.
but they don't need any. They're probably too
Very
happy
good
to
at
speak. They
soccer.
are the
That's
brand new
awesome.
lightweight champions for the
They've
second
played
time in their career.
professionally.
The Super Ds.
Oh, wow.
Now,
For many
next
years.
on
They're in the
our interview
Milwaukee
list, we
Wave
have
Hall of Fame,
the
in
man
the
who
Ring of
won
Honor or
the
whatever.
Battle Royal.
Yeah,
Both of them.
that's
Mr.
cool.
Macho winning the Battle Royal, eliminating Conan the Barbarian. And
So Macho won that
taking
Battle
care of
Royal,
things with his
Dave, that got
partner
cut
to
off.
win the Battle
Yeah.
Royal tonight. And
Hey,
you gotta
speaking
be
of
very
Macho, here's
happy.
one of his
You win
interviews.
Yeah.
a $1,000 check from James W. Wilson. You got to be pretty happy.
Well, let me tell you this. I'm not very happy at this time. because of the invaders. They pulled a fast stunt. We attacked invader number 2. That's why he wasn't at the ring, right when he came up in the parking lot. So it would be a handicap match, 2-on-1. They pulled one at a Rock and Roll Express. You haven't heard The Last of Us, invaders. And get into that 20-man battle royal. That should move us up in the rankings. We threw Conan out. Yeah. And I settled it with my partner. They also hurt my partner. That's another reason I'm not happy. They injured
Very
Mr.
early,
Destroy.
Mr. Macho
That
here.
doesn't
Kind
matter
of
to
rough.
me that much because I got a new big surprise coming. That's all you need to know.
Are we going to hear about that now, or are you going to wait?
I think I'll just let you wait about that.
Okay, big surprise coming up later on.
Mike
from
got
Mr.
a lot
Macho
better.
And the Mr. Nice Guys, but we'll have to
He's
wait
still a
until
little
next
nervous. I think
week
it's
at
his
least
first day of
before we
interviews
find
they
out
ever
what it
had,
is.
I think.
We'll be right back.
Mike was only a couple months into the league here.
I love that. This is the second interview where the interviewee has said, "I'm not telling you." You're being interviewed, dude.
Speaking of the Magnificents, that's one of the Magnificents they're roughing for us now. That's just it. You get thrown in the ref shirt even right away.
Indiana state champion.
And it's like, do they know how to ref? That wasn't a thing. Look, we all watched wrestling. We know what the ref does. He counts the 3 count. He asks for submissions. It wasn't rocket science, what I'm trying to say back then.
From Terre Haute, Indiana, the Fly.
I like the
Look at
robes.
this. His name could be Mr. Arrogance.
That's him and Dr. Destruction Chad Ranker when they went to Valley Fair. They got one of those pictures.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Those computer pictures they could do.
Carrying a picture of themselves into the ring. Like, how much heel energy is that? That is so great. Chris is so great.
Exactly. Yeah, the Barbarians.
Arrival in the ring area.
Doesn't he own a pizza restaurant in Minnesota?
Very good. Very good pizza, too. If you ever get a chance to go to the Maplewood Mall, check out the Slice. It's really good.
I wonder if he wears the Ice Dragon name tag.
I don't think he does.
That would be fucking awesome.
Every time I've ever showed up there, though, he always gives me free pizza.
Oh, that's nice of him.
But he's a nice guy. Yeah. Just not the podcast type. He doesn't have any interest doing the podcast.
That's too bad. I'd really love to hear his insight on a lot of this stuff.
Yeah, to each their own. You know, not everybody has. He's just busy with his business and stuff in life.
Well,
so are you, though, Jamie.
Yeah, but you think you could do one evening,
right?
It's not like you're asking him to be on every week.
I've got a lot of other guys that come on besides yourself. I mean, Kelsey's come on with us, Ace.
Now here come the Barbarians. Look out, look out.
We had a lot of guys. Luxury, one of the Super Ds.
Yep.
They've all been on.
Turnaround has changed the things. Their turnaround in attitude. The fans here are loving every minute of a big clothesline on the Fly. The Fly almost out of the ring now. Conan's going to keep him inside the ring. Conan the Barbarian setting him up.
The Barbarians were our road warriors.
They were our road warriors, and they could get rough with you. I mean, not so much Jerry, but Tim for sure.
Oh, yeah.
And Tim won't argue that. Tim will tell you that he'd get rough with you.
I've never seen that one before.
That's totally the Road Warrior move, right?
Ice Dragon in the back. 1, 2.
A quick match.
Dragon does not get off in time.
So much for that, Chris.
Barbarians, that's kind of ridiculous. In a very fast match, now the Barbarians cleaning house afterwards. It's not over yet, ladies and gentlemen. And now the Barbarians.
This was the first time we got to use our brand new ring, you guys. This is when we got the professional wrestling ring.
And the winners.
And this was the first inaugural use of that ring as this taping.
We'll be right back after.
It's so big.
Yeah, with a 20-footer.
To the NWF once again at the
Big
Anoka.
ring.
It's the one that we had at the pole barn.
For those of you fans that missed it, we had a great card. We had some great matches, including.
And by the way, our
this
Instagram
match.
stream is
Mr.
over.
X
Hopefully they
wrestling
moved
a
over
very,
here.
Very long match, an extremely physically draining match with
Hoping they did.
Crossen. Crossen coming out on top and defending his world championship.
That's right. I played Crossen right to his advantage. I let him kick me out of the ring until the last moment. And at the last moment, you saw what happened. I got him out. I ran his head into the table, put him out for a 3 count. And the rest said, well, I'm going to throw it out. So he throws out the match. I'd like to have a rematch, but I've got bigger and better things to go on to than talk about this little guy called Sean Crossen, who thinks he's going to hold the title for a long time, but I'm sure his mistake is coming and he's going to lose it.
Confident that he's going to lose it. Will it be you who removes it, or do you have other plans?
Look at this camera guy. Slow down.
Other plans, I ain't got time to play with this little guy. I showed him what I'm made out of, and I don't want to even waste my time with this guy no more. I'll bring in somebody that'll take him and do whatever they want with him.
Okay, you've got to be tired. That was an extremely long match. It was one of
It's
the
a
longest in
Broadway.
the history of the NWF. It's got to have taken a lot out of you
Yeah.
physically.
It's taken
It's
a lot
about
out
50
of me.
minutes.
It's taken a lot out of my crowd.
We said it was a 60-minute
it's taken
time
a
on the
lot
job,
out
but
of
it
my
really went about
family.
50.
I think what I'm going to do is
Fudged
just
it a
take
little
and
bit.
rest a while and see what comes up from there.
Okay, the words of Mr. X. We'll be right back.
Sean, did you ever have a match with Larry? I can't remember.
No, not with Luscious Larry. He came out to my corner, but it was in my corner at the dry dock.
Okay.
But I never had a match with him as a partner or against him. Not Larry.
Okay.
He probably recognizes the song, but when I take the lyrics out, it doesn't flag. So I use it.
Is it go on a pony?
Yeah, exactly. This lyrics removed.
Yeah.
Na 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 na.
Okay, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Anoka Armory. And our next interview is with the one half of the World Tag Team Champions.
I got some comments to bring in, but I'll
Thundar
wait
the
for
Barbarian.
these interviews.
Now, we've caught him and Conan.
Tim could do a good
in the,
interview,
locker room
usually.
here. Conan's still dressing, but Thundar consented to come out and give this interview. You got to be pretty happy. You defended your World Championship.
Well, no problem again. We've defeated everybody that they put in our way. Everyone we said we're going to beat. We put Bulldog the Butcher, send him to the hospital. Slick, you stay in the way. You're going to be next. Now, Conan, he's getting ready. Yeah, you're right. He's back dressing, but he will be leaving soon because he's going on a tour. He's going to be down towards California, Las Vegas, Nevada.
Kayfabe talk, guys.
And I'll be wrestling singly for a while.
You know, you can't wrestle single forever. You do have to defend those tag team belts at least twice every 30 days.
Yeah.
Jesus.
That's no problem. Conan will be back. He'll take time off from the tour, be back, we'll defend him. But see, he's got to. Right now, what we're doing is he's going for a title, and there may be a breakup. But
Tim planting the
like I
seed
say
for what's
right
going to
now,
happen in October.
There's well, let's get back to the Armory. Like Bulldog the Butcher, put him out for a while. Slick Steenerson, I seen you splash my partner, and you've seen how he kicked you off. You can't put the Barbarians down, Steenerson, or anyone else.
Very confident Thundar the Barbarian. However, evidence of
You see
friction
Tim giving him the
between
side
the
eye.
Barbarians. And
Yeah.
our next interview, ladies and gentlemen, is coming up right after this.
Tim could have prepared it a little bit better, but not bad.
No.
Here he is, ladies and gentlemen, the man who wrestled Dr. Destruction in an extremely rough match tonight. Came out on top, the winner, Pretty Boy Taylor.
Steve.
You've got to be
Still
pretty
trying to
happy
find
with
his
the way things
character
turned out
here.
for you this evening.
Yep.
Couldn't do much with his partner out of the locker room. Oh, it was so great.
Yeah, well, first he was Stan Hansen, now he's being Jimmy Garvin.
And he thought he was going to sit in his corner and he's going to distract
Still
me.
trying to find his character,
He
right,
didn't
Dave?
distract me.
Whichever person he likes at the
distracted
moment,
himself.
that's
He
who
got
he
kicked out of the ringside. The referee, oh, it was just great. It was
develops
great.
himself
I went
after.
there, got up on the top rope, referee with 1, 2, 3. I splashed on him, and it was all over.
Oliver, very happy. Another tough match, though, for you. That was extremely tough. It had to take something out of you.
It took a little bit out of me, but when they picked up Destruction off the ring mat, he was about that thin, and they had to pick him up and carry him a long way.
Okay, very happy, Pretty Boy Taylor, with the way things turned out this evening at the Anoka Armory. He defeats Dr. Destruction.
And one more thing. I want a shot at you, Kelsey. USA Kelsey, I'm coming down on you, and I'm going to come down on you and just as hard because I got a new hold that's going to put you out of wrestling. You think I broke your arm? I'm going to break your face.
Pretty Boy Taylor. We'll be right back after this.
He was so good.
Ladies and gentlemen, we
Um,
are back.
Let me see. Let me get caught up in some of these comments because they're kind of I got behind.
To have our first match here.
We're at
not our
Damien's
first match.
comment.
See, look at there's the kids coming, you guys. See the kids showing up?
Super Ds are
The
here.
blanket out there.
Oh yeah.
Hold it.
So,
Stop the camera for just a
Sea
second.
Crusher.
Super Ds are right behind you.
Oh, they thought Chris thought that was a Super D's. The
Okay,
kids up by the
forget
tree.
it. Start the camera up
They're not
again.
the Super D's. They're just fans.
What?
Sea Crusher, you are still getting local respect all these years later. Well deserved, I bet. What does you mean, Damien?
Entering
Local
the ring
respect?
First, from
I'm curious. I don't know what you're referring to there. Clarify there. I don't know what they meant. Did I miss something? Huh.
I have no clue.
Yeah. Damien's going to have to clarify that a little bit. Then there's this one. The interviewer mentioned NWF President Wilson. When did you add a president, and did he ever appear on camera? Yes, it was Rick Pitts. Rick Pitts, before he became Rick Pitts the referee, was James W. Wilson. He was our president. And so in the beginning, they called him President James W. Wilson's our referee today, because he actually was come out on camera as the president and everything. Yeah.
You should have been President Pitts.
President
Right?
Pitts.
And then the heels could have had a heyday with that one.
unusual in his
And
own
then
words.
Sports Talk
Let's think of
says,
something else.
can
Ring
I
the
just
bell.
vote no? What is he
And the bell
referring
has
to?
rung. Wow, isn't that great? Okay, we're gonna
It
start
came
with
up during
Butcher
Pretty
and Invader
Boy's
number one.
interview.
Oh, so something Steve said.
And a big forearm by Butcher
Yeah.
and drops
Steve's
the
still
Invader.
not
That's a
popular with
surprise.
the guys. I
And
understand.
Kelsey in the corner.
And they all know what he did.
Okay, this is Invader number 2 in the ring. Kelsey
He was an important part of it, and he was great, though.
I agree, Jamie. Although I have to yank him off my Mount Rushmore, though, just because I initially put him on my Mount Rushmore and I revised it because for what he did to us, he can't be on my Mount Rushmore for me.
No, they're not going to do anything.
Yeah, but you got to separate the art from the artist. You know what I mean? Like,
True. No, in
It's
the
like-
ring and everything. Yeah, and what I agree, he was phenomenal.
yeah, it's like Bill Cosby did horrible shit, but he was still funny, you know, as a comedian. Same with Louis C.K., same with John Lennon. You know, he was a wife beater, like, but he still wrote great songs. You know what I mean? So,
Oh yeah, you're right.
and I gotta try to separate the art from the artist. You know, so, but it, you know, I think that you.
Kelsey leaning into the ring.
How much I got screwed by Steve was way less compared to how much you got screwed by him. So
And he
it's
screwed
a lot
you
easier for
nonetheless.
me to,
He gets
you
a
know,
kick
took
to
the
the side
wrestling
of the back
boots,
in the kidneys.
you know.
Now Bulldog the Butcher comes in and he gets a kick.
So he definitely screwed you.
The headlock, what's he gonna
yeah.
do with him?
Were all the interviews done in one take? Wayne wants to know. Yeah, they were. They were done back to back to back to back to back for the whole thing. We planned it. We'd be like, okay, we're gonna do interviews for 4 shows. So that taping that you've seen there, we did 4 episodes worth of interviews. So 4 different shows worth of interviews. We do them all in one big, huge take. Just like the AWA did, Wayne, honestly, how they would do their interviews one day, we did the same thing. And it's funny, I didn't know the AWA did that, but we did it the same exact way they did it. We would do all our interviews in one big block. Yeah.
He's holding on to
Interesting.
him. Big
You know,
Never thought
another
of
thing
it.
to keep in mind, you know, I talked about how everybody got thrown in as, you know, you're going to run the camera, you need to be a ref.
Yep.
And I also talked about how, you know, none of us had been in front of a video camera before. Another thing to keep in mind is you were basically, you know, thrown in front of a camera with no acting experience and told, hey, improvise. You know, like,
Exactly.
that's pretty
Being
wild.
involved in professional wrestling, you learn improv very quick.
Yeah.
And a
So
big forearm, 2 of them, 3 of them to the back.
it
of
was
the neck,
definitely
and Butcher
trial by
goes
fire
down.
for so many things.
Yeah.
And,
Oh,
and
yeah.
considering how many things it was, like,
And no,
the
yes, it
shows
was
are
a body
amazing.
slam. I think he lost
So-
his momentum there for a second, but it was still a body slam nonetheless.
You know, if you think about it, for this time period, there was nothing like this. I always say that. Like, guys, you got to realize no such thing as backyard wrestling. None of this kind of stuff existed. You did not see this in 1986 anywhere else.
Well, also, you know, how many kids before they got involved with us didn't know that wrestling wasn't real fighting? You know what I mean? Like, there was none of that.
Now setting him up. Oh,
Exactly, which is why we didn't
caught up in the
cue
ropes. I'm not
people in
sure.
right away, because I wanted
Yeah.
people to think it was real.
Now
You know,
setting
our
him
whole
up, and
mentality
another
was
knee lift to the
kayfabe back
face, and
then.
another knee lift to
Yeah.
the
So
face.
Well, kayfabe was real back
Watching to see
then.
what he's doing.
it was real, but we didn't know the
Scooping him up,
term.
grabs that
None of
bad
us
leg.
knew it was called that. But we
Now
acted
they're,
like
tossing
that.
around
You
and
know,
Right.
no, not a pinning combination,
and
but Butcher flat on his
We
stomach.
may not have known the word,
Tag
but we
made
know
Steenerson.
we meant.
Steenerson
Yeah,
with
we
a
knew the
belly
meaning
flop
behind
over
it.
the ropes.
and part of my mentality
Steenerson,
was, okay,
I
we're
wonder
not
if
going
that's
to
a new
show
maneuver, maybe called the belly
this.
flop or something like that.
What happened in the
He
beginning
does
is they
take
would
a
start
tap
going to
this time.
school, and then I would start hearing them say, I was on the show, and it's a bunch of, they did this, not real, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, we're not gonna let them know what we do
Blocking
right
the
away until we
suplex.
can trust them.
Blocking the suplex again.
You know,
And a third block. Oh, and he hits it
so
with a DDT instead.
Yeah, another
And
interesting
that
thing
hurt the
is like,
Invader. And we've got glitter from Steenerson's behind all over the ring. And now
he had
setting
glitter
up for the
glued on
Butcher.
the back of his pants.
And it's going to be, look out, here comes Invader number 2, but not in time. And they catch him with
What
a
was that,
big
Jamie?
elbow.
I was gonna
And
say,
Invader number 1 is
you know,
in
another
deep
interesting
trouble.
thing
He's in
is
a
like,
very bad way.
you know, none of us
Here on
had any
NWF
improv
Wrestling.
classes. None of
Now
us
he pulls
got
him away
any
from the
wrestling
tag.
training. Like this was
Butcher
all
trying to dominate
done.
him here, and they're not
You
doing
know,
that bad of a
you
job
talk
so
about
far.
how
Setting him up.
um,
No, and a kick. And that may have been a low blow. I won't try
you
to
know,
lie
it's
to
it's
you. That
almost
may
like
have been a low
animals.
blow to
How
Butcher.
animals like learn to do things instinctually
And fans getting
and
on
not
the
be
case,
taught.
so
You know,
Slick
like
Steenerson.
you know, kittens don't know
there
how to
are
be
all sorts
mothers
of
and all that
words that
stuff,
rhyme
but they
with
figure
Slick,
out
and
it
I'm sure that his
instinctually.
nickname could
And all you know, almost
But
all of
we're not
this
gonna call
stuff
him that.
that's
A
being done
big
here
forearm
is
from
just
Slick
being
Dusty, or
done
whatever
on
you wanna
sheer
call him.
instinct. Nobody had any training.
And
You
a
know,
big
there wasn't
clothesline.
years of
I'm
development
surprised he can move
league and
that
all that
fast.
stuff and
And a big body
practices
splash.
where
I'm
people
surprised
taught
if
us how to do
anybody could get out of that.
suplexes and
Like there is
whatever,
now.
and nobody taught. Yeah, like there is now. You know,
And we've got another
with
fan
none of
here,
it was
ladies and
all
gentlemen.
just instinct, and you know, and knowing that, like, and then watching this, you know,
Steenerson setting
it's
him up.
amazing we did as well as we did. You know, so
And we had
Yeah.
people watch and tune in. You know,
Yeah.
the people
And come
definitely
come
tuned
out
in.
to events.
Invader 2 is
Yeah,
down
we
on the
wouldn't
ground.
have hundreds of people showing up at the Armory if they weren't
Here in
watching the
Yoho
show. That's for
Municipal.
damn
Yeah.
sure.
And now he catches. Oh, and a forearm and another forearm.
That's a pretty solid forearm right there.
The
There.
match is nearing
Right to his
its time
face.
limit, and a
And he
big
caught him
drop
there.
kick.
Nice.
Gary,
Right under the
Gary
chin.
caught him for
Kelsey
sure
says
there.
pin
You seen
him.
his foot
This
right on
has
his
gotta get
face.
over with. The time limit's almost over. 2 and 3, and the Invader number 1 and
Invader
number 2.
one. Great
On
guy.
basis of a pin by
You
Invader
know,
number
wrestling
1,
wise,
come
he
up with
was
the victory.
solid.
Ring the bell.
For a little
The
guy,
bell
you know,
has
he was
been
very
rung,
underrated.
And Invader 1 and Invader 2 get the victory despite what Butcher and Steenerson might think.
The Invaders win by pin.
Is
And
the
now we're
is
gonna
the
have an
tarp
interview,
so
and
long
after
it's
that,
coming
we'll
off
be
the
right
end
back.
of the ring? Is that what's happening?
No, you're coming on us.
What was that? Yeah,
I
the
said,
tarp
is the
is
tarp
We're
too
back
big,
at the
so it
Anoka
kind of
Armory,
flowed
and
over
my
off
next
the ring.
interview is with the man who is still
Oh,
the
Ah,
world
shit, here we
heavyweight
go.
champion. Congratulations on another title defense, Crusher Crossen.
Well, it's not much of congratulations. Yes, I took X for a long time, and it took him a long time, a long while. It was a hard match. I know the ref an apology. I love all the people apology. I was going berserk. It got to the
I love
point
the
where you
interviewer
didn't get
still
tired
got
no
his
longer.
hand
You're
like he's
going
holding the
crazy. I
mic.
was bluntly hit from the back of the head, slapped silly. I didn't know where I was, and I didn't know who I was talking to or what I was doing.
he's still holding the.
I heard you shouting your mouth off earlier. You're going to go on to bigger and better things, so what much more can you get that's bigger and better, X? I'll be ready for you again, and I'm going to get you in the ring. And I can't yell in here. There's promoters working day and night on this card coming up October 17th. I'd yell my head off. But you can see how serious I am right here.
Oh my God,
And
I
X, I'll
hate
get you
these. I
back,
hate
and I'll be
these.
the first person to take that mask off you. And we're going to find out who you are, because I have no
He
idea.
cringes
Chris,
every
and I'm
time he
gonna find
sees
out,
an
'cause
interview.
That's something else
I
that I
do.
would
You're
like to get
great
listen.
on the mic. What are you
X is gonna
talking
be
about?
finished next time. And as far as it goes with
I just don't like it. I don't know.
here,
No,
I don't
you're the
like
much
best
about
out
it,
of
but I
all of
think
us
I
on the
heard that I
mic.
might be going
Oh,
against
I
the
don't
Sheik.
know.
We don't know.
No, by
But if
far.
I am Sheik,
Yeah, it was gonna be the Sheik originally. It all got
Too many
changed.
feelings for words on the part of the champion, Crusher Crossen.
Yeah, I was gonna go
Now
against the
coming up,
Sheik.
we have Dr. Destruction. We heard from Pretty Boy Taylor earlier on. Now we're going to hear from Dr.
I don't know,
Destruction and
Jeff
get
or
his
Jamie. I
side
don't think I was
of the
that good.
story.
No, you were great. You were the best
Now,
on the
for
mic
those
and the
of you
best
that
in the
missed
ring.
that
That's
match,
Gizmo and those guys all
Destruction
say that
was
too,
pinned by
but
Pretty Boy
I
Taylor.
don't know.
But Dr. Destruction did dominate an awful lot of that match. So you can't be too happy.
I
with
still
the
think
things the way it
Ricky's the
turned out
best.
because you did wrestle well. You just came out on the wrong end of the decision.
For interviews, for
Well,
sure.
you know, as it went, he took my manager, Ice Dragon, away from the ring. I've trained for weeks with Ice Dragon in my corner.
That's right. I yanked Chris out of ringside. You couldn't let him stay in his corner.
He takes him away from my corner. How am I supposed to wrestle?
I told Chris, you're not going out with him, and he did anyway.
My manager, Ice
So I sent the other ref out and escorted
Does that
Chris
mean that
away.
You're not trained to wrestle without an added distraction or a possible interference? Admit it, that's got to be a distraction for your opponent. Somebody else sitting in your corner.
I love when the wrestlers take the mic away from the interviewer. It's so funny.
No distractions. The only
I like how Chris called him out on cheating, and Chad didn't know what to say to that.
That's all I have to say.
Okay, Dr. Destruction, very unhappy with the way.
By the way,
things
Chad
went.
Rancourt
We'll be right
passed
back
away a
after
couple
this.
years ago.
Oh man.
Yeah, good guy.
Okay,
He's had a
ladies
lot
and
of problems
gentlemen,
later in life.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the NWF. We're going to break from the tag team action for a little while for a national title match.
Kid Kelsey against Pretty Boy Taylor. National title match.
Title champion of
Your
the
favorite,
NWF
Jamie, Kid Kelsey.
from,
Yeah, I'm gonna pass on that one.
unknown Pretty Boy Taylor.
Did something
the
happen
national
that you can
heavyweight
remember
champion.
that?
I just
particular?
remember he was not very friendly
The
to me.
national
So
heavyweight
Yeah.
champion.
You think it was the age thing? Like you were just that younger kid that,
I mean, I don't know.
Okay,
You know,
Larry,
for
the
whatever reason.
national
Yeah.
heavyweight champion. Stop. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the NWF. We're gonna break from our tag team spectacular.
We should have
action for
edited
the
that
while
out. I don't know why we
for
kept
a
that
national
on.
tag team or national title
It was a
championship match.
mistake. You had to start
between
over.
The champion, Pretty Boy Taylor.
Yeah, Steve
and
wanted
the
his music.
challenger, Kid USA Kelsey. Introducing first, from the great state of Texas,
Which I had to take that music
an
out.
unknown weight.
This would have been
the
Sharp Dressed
national
Man.
Heavyweight champion, Pretty Boy
Kinda hear it.
Where's
I can
the
hear it a little
champion
bit, I
coming in
guess.
first.
And his
Yeah, we
opponent
didn't necessarily follow that rule.
from Washington, D.C., the District of Columbia.
Oh man, I think I forgot to take the music out of all segments.
Kelsey.
Uh-oh. Hopefully it won't
One
get
fall
flagged.
for the national title.
'Cause that music shouldn't be in there.
It is a title match. And we're going to go down to
Yeah, I must have missed that one. Usually I take those songs out. So Kelsey going for the NWF national title. I always liked the looks of that belt too.
Now Kelsey going after. Now the match has already started. The
Sharp
referee says
looking
ring
belt.
the bell, but it's a little premature.
Like I said, for the exception of Dixie
Yeah,
Dave,
yeah,
when you're in the
already
ring with
started.
Steve,
Oh,
it's
and
going to be a good
boots, and I
match.
can't see because there's a speaker in my way. Okay, thank you. Now, body slam by Taylor on
Steve,
Kelsey.
I'm over there. Kelsey would never
Knee
normally
smash
let
by
you do a
Taylor.
body slam,
And
but
another
Steve
one.
forced him into
And
it
right from
there.
the outset, the national heavyweight champion, Pretty Boy Taylor, is taking control of this match. And a big elbow. Big elbow.
See all the kids sitting on the blanket watching the match
And now what do
Oh,
we got?
yeah.
We got
under the tree?
a chop.
They're under the
And
tree, so they're
now
kind of in the
throws him,
shade.
and
It's
he
kind of
goes
hard to
out
see
of the
them.
ring At Yoho, and we got action outside of the ring already.
This is the first time we've seen action out of the ring.
Outside of the ring, what's it gonna be? Oh my, what's this? Oh, and a
Throw him
shot
in the
to
mailbox.
chest of Pretty Boy Taylor. And they better hurry up because it's gonna be a double count out if they don't. And Kelsey rolls back into the ring.
This is an interesting
And
comment that just
Taylor,
came
using
in.
a bit of strategy, keeps himself
Um,
in the match.
Damien says, Crusher, your interview sounded 100% like the Traveling Canary, Globetrotter, Roadkill, Kidbird.
And using strategy. to
Yeah, they
keep his
always think
wits
I'm
intact.
like
He's shaking out
Ricky.
the
Like I
cobwebs
sound
and-
like Ricky in
and
my
the referee
interviews and
check
how he
him.
sounds. Do you guys see that? Do you see that, Dave?
All right.
Well, I mean, if anything, he sounds like you.
But I know he's not necessarily watching me to sound like me because he was doing this before he knew me.
Very much.
Ricky.
Now, a
But
headlock maintained by Kid USA.
But how do you know he didn't see the
And he takes him
videos
down with it, or did he?
online?
And now
Yeah.
Taylor stays up now.
true. But
Throws Kelsey
I do
out,
influence
comes
Ricky a
up,
lot.
down,
I don't know if I
over,
influence him on the
comes
mic
up,
though.
oh, and a big forearm.
He's always had
Stops
the gift of
Taylor.
gab.
Stops Kid USA and the fan.
Yeah, that's where Ricky
yelling for a
shines.
slam.
This is promos and interviews.
Goes up for it.
Did you hear me tell him to slam him hard?
Yep.
And the fans here.
Because Matt was always afraid, and I wanted
Despite
Matt
Kelsey's,
to break Matt in that fear
footprints
thing.
and
So I always
touches, he's
wanted
not
him to
that
get rough with
popular of a
him,
man
just
here
to
with the
get
ringside
rid of that
fans.
fear.
Oh, and he drops
My
Taylor.
thinking.
And a hamstring on Taylor, and that hurt him, and you know it hurt him. But Taylor is the national tag team champion. What is this? Is this a variation of the claw hold? It is a claw hold.
Yeah, Kelsey
Taylor
called that the
manages to get
Kelsey
himself
claw.
the ropes. Oh, and a shot to that leg. Kelsey going after that leg now. Oh, and he takes it over the rope. And that hurts. Believe me, ladies and gentlemen, that is a pain. It's a dangerous move.
Wrapped around the post now.
Those ropes
That was
do
always a
hurt.
popular thing to do,
That's
right?
him. Now, wait a minute, referee. Now he takes him and wraps that leg.
Boom.
Wraps the leg around the ring
Got another
post.
comment come in. I can kind of
And we've got-
understand
now
this.
he's straddling the ring
Crusher,
post.
you and Ricky
And
could
he
be
better hope
father
that
and
Kelsey don't
son.
decide to work on both
Don't let
legs.
him hear that.
He continues to work on that leg.
Um,
Kelsey better watch it.
He would.
I think Kelsey's been he's been out of the ring way more than 10 seconds.
Severe damage to the leg of the national heavyweight champion, Pretty Boy Taylor. And
Yeah,
Kelsey,
you know,
despite the fact
I
that he
mean,
claims to be honorable, is trying to win this. Oh, and Taylor is.
my
down.
question is, do you think
He's
Ricky
winning this
looks
title,
like me though? Some
apparently,
Dave, you
on a
thought
very,
that,
unsportsmanlike manner.
Yeah, there's some similarities.
Takes that bad leg out from underneath.
but
Pretty
Crusher
Boy
was more
Taylor.
defined. Ricky's skinny. Crusher
Yeah,
was
we're coming-
right. Right,
Yeah,
guys?
I don't know.
Ricky's been working out though now. He says Ricky's been going to the gym 3 days a week. Once again, I'm influencing the Canary Kid because now that I've been going to the gym, he's doing the same.
Now, what's this going to be? Kelsey sets him up. Oh, boy, and a roll.
Well, maybe he's trying to get ready in case you do come out of retirement.
Well, you know what? It's always good if he has the initiative. I would never discourage anybody not to go to the gym if they have the, if they have the passion to do it. Oh, Steenerson goes to shake his hand and then there's a sneak attack. Classic Steenerson.
I don't think we ought to stand for any of this.
Watch how Steve sells the arm break. He did that leg drop, which is okay, but what he does right here was so convincing. Right here, watch this.
We need help, ladies and gentlemen, for Kid USA Kelsey. Oh my!
Man, the sound, everything. That was good.
Oh my God! I can't. Oh my! They're working on Kid USA Kelsey.
You split him
And
apart.
What are they gonna do to him? What are they gonna do to him? Oh, and they split him apart. They split him apart. And now here comes Crusher Crossen, a world champion, to try and help things out. And he's had a feud with Taylor.
I got it. This is the running drop kick, guys.
And a big drop kick. But they're working on that arm.
Whoa.
Right now, here come the Barbarians. Smash coming
All
in
the
with the
barbarians and
heel
all
throw.
hell's breaking loose here.
Now the referee trying to maintain order. Ladies and gentlemen.
I slammed Steve outside the ring on the grass.
The referee has signaled
No
for the
give
bell.
there.
Barbarians going after the butcher. And now they need help for Kid USA Kelsey. We need help. Turn the music. We need help. We need an ad. And Kelsey, the new national heavyweight champion. But,
Steve
he
is
pays a heavy
furious.
price. He pays a heavy price. He's in severe pain. No, wait a minute. Here comes.
And as I remember, Kelsey sold this
I've never seen anybody going
for a
after
while
him with the
afterward.
bell before.
He did.
And,
I didn't even ask him there. You heard me. I said, "Are you okay?"
Okay, we're gonna have an interview.
Well, no, if I remember correctly, didn't he wear his arm in a sling for a while?
See, I'd like to interview the new national
Yeah,
heavyweight champion.
he did at the
Because
armory
of
and
a
everything.
dastardly deed. Glad you can see
Steve
I'm so
rocking
champion.
around with that bell.
Because of a dastardly deed by you, and by the butcher, and by Steenerson, Dusty Rhodes and Adrian Adonis combined. You got. We don't know
Steve
how
could.
bad
This is where he was in
Steve
his Stan Hansen phase.
That's,
I hope I broke his arm. I intended to do that.
That's not very championship-like caliber. If I do, or actions. If I
Nothing
say so.
says in the championship manual that you have to abide by all rules. I didn't. I went out. I did what I had to do, and that belt should still be mine.
You did not do what you had to do. You lost the national tag team or the national belt, whether you like it or not.
My shoulder was up. The ref counted.
Now wait a minute. Here's Crusher Crossen.
Oh, the championship manual.
Championship manual.
Read that.
Read this.
This is the official rule book. It states in black and white the rules and regulations.
If I may,
Read 'em.
if I may,
These rules only.
Okay.
I wonder what that little booklet was.
It was a program guide to Superstar Spectacular '86.
Oh, nice.
It's my title, and nobody takes it away from
I
me.
remember grabbing it.
Kelsey, you may own it, but come do the armory. You're gonna get a brutal beating. Your head's gonna match the color of that ring post.
And here comes Kid You. Oh, and now look at the pretty boy go. Now the entering the arena area is the new national champion.
That was a sharp
Kid
looking
USA.
belt.
Kelsey, I'd shake your hand, but it's broken, so I'll shake the other one.
It still is.
Kid, I'm sure all the
Yeah.
fans out there are wondering just
Yeah, it's up on
exactly
the wall
how
back
badly
there.
injured is your left arm. No, your right arm.
I'll be going to the hospital pretty soon in a couple minutes after this interview to see. The doctor said it's probably fractured. And Taylor, you mentioned the Armory. Well, thanks to you, Taylor, I won't be at the Anoka Armory. The doctor said I will not be able to wrestle at the Anoka Armory, just to be sure, but a week or 2 weeks after I'll be able to wrestle. And Taylor, I challenge you to a steel cage match for this title.
Steel cage. We always wanted to do
Something
one.
we've never seen before.
Did we ever do one? I don't think so, right?
They
Nope.
did after I left the dry dock days. They ended up doing one. It was a very horribly built steel cage, but they did do one.
Really?
Yeah.
Congratulations
Wasn't put
to Kid
together
Kelsey
well,
for an
from
excellent
what I
match and
heard.
getting that title.
Okay, we're going to have to talk to James W. Wilson about getting that cage match between Kelsey and Taylor. Kelsey definitely has Taylor
Actually,
on his
Jamie,
list.
Sean and I came up with a night of steel cage
ladies
matches.
and gentlemen, welcome back.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
We're here at the Anoka Armory once again. And my last interview for the evening
JD7,
is
we never
the
did it,
U.S.
though.
Invaders.
Yeah.
Now, the Invaders, excuse me, the Invaders.
We did the interviews
Number
for
one
it.
wrestled with Mike Bauer, the
But
Rock and Roll Express, and I'd like to bring
It was
them
going to
both
be our
in right now,
February
Invader
Armory
number one and
card.
Invader
We
number
announced
two.
it at
Find out
October
exactly what happened.
to the crowd.
Invader number 2, why were you not able to join your
Now
partner
here's a guy who was
defend
afraid
the
to be on
National Tag
camera,
Team
Terry Block. Watch his react. Watch how Terry is on camera.
Dad, Mr. Macho guy was up here.
Chad's
He
not
says
too
he beat me
bad.
up in the parking lot. Well, that was not true at all. I was in Chicago, Illinois, wrestling the Ice Dragon, and he hurt my knee there, and I couldn't
Yeah,
make
Terry
it.
looks real
I was
nervous.
late for the
Oh,
fight,
yeah,
and I
it's
couldn't
like
make it in
like
time.
a
So
deer
that's
in the
why I wasn't
headlights
there. I
here.
wish I could have been there. I would love to be there.
I
with
think
the
out
nice
of
guys,
everybody, he
but
was the
I want
worst on
the Ice
camera.
Dragon.
His voice gets trembly.
Invader number 2
Yeah.
won in the Ice Dragon. I'll tell you, there's some confusion as to what exactly did come on between Invader number 2 and why he couldn't wrestle. Invader number 1, though, you have to be very happy. You and Mike did fairly well in that match.
Yeah, them guys tried to pull a fast one by lying about Invader number 2 here getting hurt, but there ain't no way that they could have hurt him. I'd have been with him the whole time if he was out there in the parking lot.
Sorry, Terry.
We're just like brothers. We stay side by side.
Excellent in the ring. Horrible on the mic.
Separate, just
Good
like,
hit. Yep.
There's some things you don't need to know about.
Okay, the Invaders, still the National Tag Team Champions.
For a small little guy, he
now,
was
ladies and gentlemen.
pound
We'll
for
see you right
pound
here
one of the
next
best,
week
Terry
on
Block.
NWF
Yep.
All-Star
No
Wrestling.
doubt about
So
that.
long.
Yeah, so that's the end of the show. Yeah, like Wayne was saying here, I've seen some really bad indie wrestling steel cages. Yeah, and that was definitely one of them that they did with the NWF when I left it. They did one in the dry dock, and it was not a good steel looking cage. I remember seeing, I don't have it, but I remember seeing footage of it and like, oh, yeah. See, the problem is proper fencing to do a proper steel cage was not what we found out was horribly expensive. And we just did not have the money for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was at a show in South Dakota, and they literally took chicken wire, draped it between, 4x4s.
It's definitely a cheap way to do it.
But, chicken wire, what's that gonna,
Yeah.
You really want to have the proper fencing panel. That's the way to do it. And I don't know what they exactly, I can't remember what I think they used fencing when the NWF did theirs, but it was like, again, I wasn't a part of the league at that point, and it was just built very on the cheap, and it looked like it.
Yeah.
And I remember that. I was thinking, like, this is not my envision of a cage match. No, that was a good show. I mean, Jamie, would you have liked to been on those outdoor tapings? Would that be something that you'd be?
Oh yeah. Are you kidding? It's one of the things I think about a lot, when I think about wrestling is how much I wish that I'd gotten involved sooner, and because to me, like you'd loan me all the old tapes and stuff. And so I was a fan of the NWF when I was in it. And so there's these distinct eras of the league, and I was just like, oh, you know, like I wish I could have been at Fred Moore and that sort of thing. And yeah, it just never was, unfortunately. So
Let me give you some insight to Jamie. I know a lot of people were intrigued when they heard about your promotion you started up, and there were questions and you weren't sure the answers on Keaton's podcast, but I remember. And I'm going to clarify some things and give you guys a little bit of insight. So Jamie decided in the summertime when I went through hell to get the ring back with Steve and Larry, I needed a break. I didn't want to do anything with this for a while. I just needed to just take a break. Jamie wanted to start up a promotion, and he came up to me about this with his ideas. I said, yeah, it's great. I think you could do it. It'd be good. And he's like, the first thing Jamie asked is if we could use the ring. And I said, no, Jamie, I don't want you to, and I'll tell you why. Because for me, I built our ring from scratch, and it gave me ownership of it, and it meant more, and I really wanted to make it work. So I want you to do the same. It's an easy thing for me to just give you the ring, but if you work for this, it's going to mean more to you. And I provided you the plans that I had used or whatever to make it, and then that's what we did. And I'm thinking back to it now, I'm like, what the hell was I thinking? Yes, I should have let you use the ring. I mean, but it was my way of wanting Jamie to take ownership of it more.
Yeah.
You know, to really make it his own. It's kind of foolish.
No, you know, and I think building my own ring was a good experience. I definitely learned that you can't cut a 4-foot 2x4 and then put other 2x4s on the outside and then a 4-foot sheet on it, because then it doesn't line up. So I learned a little bit about woodworking. But I've always been interested in learning about things and how things work. You know, like when I go see concerts, if I have binoculars, I spend a lot of time looking at the PA or the lighting system, or, you know, I don't just look at the band. You know, I'm like curious as to how all these pieces come together to make this production. So, you know, and that's, you know, how I got involved with the video production at Group W Cable. After the wrestling thing, I had my own show on public access that was just like a variety show where I just filmed skits and whatnot. But it was, you know, from the wrestling, you know, I was like, well, how do you do the camera? And I remember I used to come in with you and watch you edit and use the CG machine. And
we did it in Coon Rapids a lot of times.
Yeah. Coon Rapids wasn't too far from my house. And so, I was really interested in all the aspects of, you know, how the show was made. And so, in doing my own league, it was my chance to be involved in all aspects and not just be, you know, a wrestler or whatever. So, yeah, so I think it was a good thing that I had to build my own ring. So it didn't turn out very well, but
and his league was a subsidiary to the NWF. He had his own champion. His champion was Terry Kosnapple, and it was just the CWF champion, but I was the NWF World Champion that was represented. And so I remember the one time I was involved in Jamie's show, because Jamie wanted me to come out right away, and I'm like, no, you do the first show on your own.
Yep.
Let everybody know, because if I showed up, they're all going to come to me and think I'm running it and treat me as running it. I wanted this to be Jamie's thing. So he did the first show, but then we were going to build up to the next one for me to come out and defend the title where I'm going to come in. I was being the Ric Flair. I'm coming in and I'm going to give this kid a shot. And I remember, Jamie, we did the interviews in your apartment. You had a curtain thing set up, and Terry was there, I was there, and we go
blanket nailed to the wall. Yeah.
Yep. And Jamie's like the promoter. He's like doing the talking, and like back, and we're building this whole thing up, and I'm doing the whole Ric Flair, like, who do you think you are getting the title shot on my title? I'm talking to Terry Kosnapple, all right? And Terry's playing the smart ass kid, you know, up and comer perfectly, right? I was obviously being a heel at this point with it, you know. But for Jamie's show, and it was working well. I was really looking forward to that, but we never did do that show where we had the match.
No, I mean, you know, being a poor kid that's 14 years old, it's hard to like put all this stuff together, you know. Like I remember I didn't have the money for the ropes, and Mr. Macho was nice enough he just went out and bought ropes for the ring.
Yeah,
right?
Mike was working at Old Country Buffet, so he had a little bit of income.
Yeah,
coming
he
in.
had a little bit of money, and obviously I didn't have any money. But like, getting the ring to the park, because we'd gotten the first show was it was at a city park that had a big gazebo, and we were able to put the ring inside of the gazebo, so we had shade in the summer. But getting that, finding an adult with a truck that's willing to like load these three heavy ass wood sections in the back of their truck, drive it there, help me set it up, stick around all day, then load it back up, then drive it back to my grandparents. Like, that's a lot to ask of, some adults. That's, and it's not like my dad would do it or whatever. So, yeah, just the logistics never worked out. But doing the interviews where we just checked out a camera from Group W Cable and nailing up a blanket in your bedroom, and that was easy. But yeah, actually put on the wrestling event was far more difficult. So yeah, that's why the second show never happened.
But yeah, we were that was the time I was involved. I remember I came over there for interviews. But other memories I have with Jamie though is like hanging out at his apartment there, and we would just hang out and have fun. We'd roughhouse wrestle in his living room. We would just
watch
like
wrestling,
any
talk
teenagers.
about wrestling, drive around in your car.
Yeah, it was good times.
Yeah.
And then Terry Costnubble, though, I was really looking forward to, because I trained Terry for the October 18th Armory card in his courtyard in Coon Rapids by Target in the grass, because we had nowhere to set the ring up.
Yeah.
And I had to get him ready, because at that time now we were trying to think a little bit more like, what can we do? We have time before this show. What can we do to get him ready? So I did it in the courtyard, and here we are, me and Terry in the courtyard doing suplexes and body slams. I imagine the people watching from their apartment windows, because they all kind of surrounded the courtyard, thinking, "What the hell are these kids doing?" But it worked out well. I mean, he was kind of prepared a lot better than most of you guys were, because we took the time to do that.
Yeah, I think, in watching some of the junior leagues now, like they have really nice rings and stuff like that. And it's obvious, and this is no knock on them. I think it's more of a knock on our parents, but parents nowadays seem more supportive and involved in what's going on in their kids' lives, whereas, in our era, I mean, they literally had public service commercials that said, "It's 10 p.m. Do you know where your kids are?"
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, because parents would just be like, "Get the fuck out of my hair and come back when the streetlights come on," and so we had
that was the cue to go home, was when the streetlights came on.
Right. And so, there's good and bad with that. Like, we got to have all this incredible freedom to have a wrestling league where we could have easily broke our necks and, messed up the rest of our lives. And our parents, they just let us do that. Whereas I don't know that a lot of, every kid nowadays wears a bike helmet. And so I never wore a bike helmet.
Oh my God.
So
if you wore a bike helmet in our day.
Oh
Dave,
yeah. No,
what would
you
happen?
would have got clowned for,
You'd get clocked.
So, but the
Or
flip
made
side
fun
of that is now, nowadays kids have more supportive parents that, would help them bring the ring to wherever, or, help them with funding and that sort of thing. So 6 of one, half dozen of another, I guess.
If you wore a bike helmet, it would be very simple. Point and laugh is what would happen.
Yeah.
With the other kids, they would point and laugh.
Well, I think back then, and I hate to say this, but I think back then the only people that wore a helmet were mentally challenged kids, right?
I don't even know if I remember anybody wearing a helmet. Were there? You'd know more. You did BMX and stuff.
Yeah, it was pretty rare.
Even
really
in your
rare.
BMX days, did you wear helmets?
No.
And you were doing lots of stuff where you should have been wearing a helmet.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I have a friend of mine who had a fall and hit his head, and he lost his sense of smell and hasn't been able to smell for the last 30 years or whatever. So, which,
I guess there's a reason why they wear helmets.
Yeah. So,
but casual bike riding, come on, guys. Do you really need a helmet though for that?
Yeah.
I can see doing BMX or something where you're at risk, or bike racing. But believe it or not, bike racing fast is very dangerous.
Yeah. I kind of think of BMX kind of like, nowadays a lot of kids wear helmets, and I kind of think of it like the old school hockey. Remember in the 80s, everybody wore a helmet except for there was a couple of old school guys that had joined the league before they had to wear helmets. And so they were grandfathered into where they didn't have to wear hockey helmets.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm kind of in that old school area where I'm exempt from having to wear a helmet. So,
but no, Jamie was great. I mean, he was a good addition to our show. I just wish he would have had more stuff to do with us. I wish Larry didn't pull the crap he did.
Yeah.
And cause our league to go into turmoil for a while as far as me running it. And it would have given Jamie a lot more opportunities. And Dave, for that matter.
Yeah.
Yeah. We do have a couple comments coming in.
All right. Not giving the ring showed wiseness that act was beyond your years. See, you were learning and teaching as the program went along. I don't care what Dave says about you, Crusher. You are okay in our book. Well, Dave hasn't been too bad lately, guys. He's been being decently, right? He hasn't been too heel talk with me lately. Yeah, I mean, I was just trying to really just mold. I just wanted Jamie. My thinking, I remember it like it was yesterday. I want Jamie to take ownership because I knew what I did to take ownership, and I figure if he did the same, he would take ownership. It would mean more. He'd really get the momentum behind him.
And you were absolutely right. If it was easy, I wouldn't have appreciated it and learned as much. So
yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to think the biggest thing Jamie took away from me, though, is just the fact you don't take shit from anybody. Yeah. If somebody, you stand your ground when need be.
Yeah. Another comment coming in.
I don't think. This is Wayne. I don't think bike helmets were available in the 80s. I don't think they were either.
Yeah.
You had motorcycle helmets.
Yeah, we had the big heavy motorcycle helmets. Yeah. The bike helmets, well, the BMXers nowadays wear what are basically skateboard. They were thought of as skateboard helmets in the 80s. And so I think in the 90s, some people started wearing the skateboard helmets. And now that's kind of the norm, is the lightweight skateboard helmet. But and there's the weird cycling helmets that cyclists wear, but I don't know. They have some weird aerodynamic stuff where I think you would twist your neck if you fell weird on that. So
Jamie's questioning the design of those to even be safe.
Just how, yeah, I don't know. I get it, but
and another comment directed at Jamie.
Yeah, there we go. Kids.
Jamie, you are right. Only kids who wore helmets was children prone to head injuries. Well, I guess it would make sense.
Yeah. Yeah, I think.
And here, before you go, Jamie, answer us this, like all of us. Do you remember anybody getting a serious head injury falling off their bike? I don't. By not wearing a helmet? I don't know anybody who got hurt falling off their bike with their head by not wearing a helmet.
Yeah.
I can't think of one.
Once I started BMXing, I've known,
that aside, talking casual bike riding,
have had injuries, but and there's some guys that I know where they were wearing a helmet and they're still, they broke their neck and
no. I'm not talking about like serious. I'm talking about casual kids riding their bikes around and stuff like that.
Nobody did that, so it's funny how much things have flipped, right? So nowadays everybody wears helmets. One thing I think about a lot is when we were kids, everybody smoked. They were smoking. You could smoke at the mall, right? There was a area in the mall where you could smoke. You could smoke in restaurants. You could smoke in bars. People smoked in their cars with their windows rolled up with kids, right? Nowadays, there's literally a warning on TV shows if there's smoking in it. It'll say like strong language, cigarette smoking, right? And then the flip side of that is, weed or marijuana when we were kids was like the boogeyman, you know what I mean? And now, I live in Portland. I swear to God, there's 2 weed resellers on every block, right? Like, marijuana's everywhere and cigarettes are shamed now, whereas in the 80s it was completely flipped. So
right,
it's interesting to live as long as we have and see those kind of things flip, so
right.
But hey, Crusher, I've had something come up. I got to get going here.
Okay. Well,
I
Jamie,
will.
Jamie, now I'll wrap the show up for you then.
All right. We'll talk to you later. Everybody else, see you in 2 weeks.
it's good
Sounds
seeing you,
good.
Dave. Take care of yourself, buddy.
So yeah, but you're right though, Jamie. Like times have changed.
I like Dave.
and-
I'm so glad you guys are doing the show together.
Yeah, I mean, Dave's.
Oh, I lost your audio for some reason.
You lost my audio?
Let me check my settings.
What if you were hearing me through Dave? It's weird. Get this comment off the screen. See,
Yeah,
you can't hear me?
Maybe
you hear me
Dave is
now?
in control of the audio somehow.
You can't hear me, huh? Let me do this. I'll come in and out. Maybe that'll help. I'll just come in and out
I'm
of
not
the
sure.
studio.
Can you still hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, okay.
Hang on,
I
I'm
was
gonna try.
gonna
I'm
write
gonna
on
try.
my
I'm gonna
whiteboard and
I'm
say
gonna
goodbye
try.
to everybody, but
I'm gonna try one thing. This might work.
unfortunately, I can't hear you anymore, Sean. So, nope. Hey, it looks like it's just me on the show. All right, let's fucking do this. Let's do some crazy shit. Actually, I don't know what we would do. That would be crazy, but
There, can you hear me now?
Hey, he's back. Now I can hear you.
See, I just had to come in and out. Maybe that was the problem the whole time. Who knows?
While you
Yeah.
were gone for those 3 seconds, I was running the show and things ran amok.
Now, see, this is what Ricky always tells me. He goes, Crusher's like he knows more about technology. What did he say on forward? He goes, he knows more about he knows how to work the he knows how to work the technology better, and he's twice as old as the technology I use, yet he knows how to get around it or whatever, something like that. No, I just went in and out and figured that reset it, and it did.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, no, that was fun having Dave on, and he and with the three of us. I call us the Three Musketeers of the podcast when we're all
I wonder. So I wonder if the podcast will have been around longer than the league will at some point.
Well, yeah, because I don't know if you want to count everything they did at the dry dock after we left. It went on for quite a while.
I think after you left, that was the end.
Yeah, well, I mean, you've seen Silo Salmon stuff. You still showed up after I left for a bit because I wasn't there for that.
I don't remember you not being there for that.
Yeah, I wasn't there for that at all.
What the hell was I doing showing up with you?
Well, because you probably didn't know I was not showing up anymore, and you probably it was probably the next taping after I left.
Okay.
My guess.
Huh.
But I wasn't there for that. But that was the guy's name, by the way, Silo Sam. You guys
Yeah,
remember his
Silo
name?
Sam. That's right. Yeah. Yeah, I used to have that signed 8x10, but yeah, it got wrecked in a flood, unfortunately. So.
But no, there were like, and so what I was trying to say too, then with all that is, I also remember this. Jamie would do his shows and he would narrate them. He'd be kind of like, he'd like have when he couldn't film wrestling, he would still do a show for his slot. And it would just be like him talking, and he would be building up this, building up that. And I remember Jeff Dinsmore and I were watching it, and just like, oh my gosh, you got to talk to him. You got to talk to him. What is he doing? You got to talk to him. I was just laughing because it's like, to me, I think it's great. It's fun, Jeff. It's fun. It's good.
Yeah,
it's good.
I just had all that energy and youthful vigor that where I wanted to be creating something, So yeah.
But no, it was fun. It was good. But yeah, we went going a while, Jamie. I suppose we should probably wrap the show up. I just want to talk about what's coming up on future shows quick. I always do this. Well, first of all, I want to just remind everybody, NWF fans, what's happening with Ricky Henry in the NWF Championship. He's going to face this guy, Paolo Taurasi, Commonwealth Cruiserweight Championship, against our NWF World Championship. Somebody's going to wind up with 2 belts here, huh?
Yeah, looks like it.
Either our belt's going to go to Canada or his belt's going to stay in Ireland. Something's going to happen. So that should be interesting.
Well, I mean, it could be a double DQ or a count out.
Yeah, there
right?
could be something like that, I suppose. But
yeah.
But then again, Ricky's big mouth You know, he likes to run it, and he might be biting off more than he can chew here. We'll
The
see.
25th. Do you know, can we watch this online?
I don't know if it'll be live streamed, but eventually the match will show up online.
Okay, cool.
It always show up on the NIPW channel eventually.
Nice.
So,
hey, looks great with that belt, man.
Yeah, he wears
So
it with
proud of
pride.
him.
He wears it with pride.
He's making us all us old guys all very proud. So
he just got his picture with that belt with Johnny Kidd, a famous wrestler in the UK.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah, did a seminar with him and they brought his belt and they got a picture with it. Yeah, Ricky does wear the belt very pridefully. Everybody,
That's
we'll
great.
say that. This is what we got coming up. Speaking then on our next Forward show, we're going to go to San Antonio Style Wrestling, Sean Hernandez's group, and you see Sean Hernandez in the ring there facing off with this guy, Steel.
Oh, God.
A lot of Slick Steenerson in this guy, Jamie.
Yeah, I can totally see that. It's so cool.
Oh yeah, he moves like a cat. He's super agile, and he's in amateur wrestling, and now he's in professional wrestling.
Nice. He leveled up.
He leveled up, and I'm looking forward to this. This is going to be a great interview, and I know Ricky's looking forward to it as well. And we're going to do this next Thursday. We're doing it on a Thursday because Friday was Halloween, and I told Ricky, I said, I don't know if we'd have a whole lot of viewers Halloween night. Everybody's busy getting the door with candy and kids and stuff.
Yeah.
We're better off not doing it. So we moved it to a Thursday. So that's will be on Thursday, a week from today with that. And then our next Rewind show with me and Dixie Dave, Dayton Pole Barn. This is one that you'll be on, Jamie. I'm sure you'll be on this show. And it's Studio Taping 101. That's Mr. Macho slamming me off the top rope.
Nice. So 101, is that the second show or the first show at the pole
Well,
barn?
this was one of those where we should have did 2 shows, but we only did 1 because I had to cut out all the NCWA stuff because we made the split already, so I didn't use their footage anymore. So it's all our NWF matches.
Nice.
In one show. So ones I felt we could still show. Would have been 2, but this is when Larry pulled his crap. Stole our ring and everything. So yeah, that'll be Thursday, November 6th in 2 weeks. So yeah, lots of things. And guys, I just want to reiterate, I am getting in really good shape. I want to thank all the regular viewers for commenting on the shape I'm getting in, and Jamie and everybody else. And believe you me, I'm preparing. The question is, for what? And we're just going to leave that suspense in suspense for a while. I know Jamie's got a guess, as everybody else does. Jamie, you mentioned that you made a comment though on Keaton Show. You said, "I'm worried, Crusher, that you're going to hurt yourself." You really worried I'm going to get hurt if I ever did anything?
I mean, I guess it's probably more of me putting my own health issues on you because we're the similar ages, and I mean, I can't tell you how often I'm just walking down the sidewalk and I twist my knee a little funny and then I'm limping for the rest of the day. So getting put in a figure 4 or a Boston crab or a suplex, like, oh man, my back. I mean, I sleep for 4 hours and I wake up with a sore back, right? And that's just laying on the bed, So
I hear you.
That's my own thing, though, So
the only reason I say that's why I lift weights 5 days a week and all the conditioning that way, because if you strengthen your muscles, it helps with all that. So believe me, it definitely helps.
You want to hear my old man workout regimen?
Yeah.
That I actually started this a few weeks ago. So, like every old man, and for you young guys that aren't old man yet, eventually you'll end up with prostate problems. And so I have to pee I don't know, it seems like every 45 minutes or whatever.
Me too.
And so what I started doing is, I would always think I don't have time where I can carve out to work out. But I had this idea where I'm like, you know what? I do have time to fire out a couple of push-ups every time I go to the bathroom, right? So I go pee, and then I just, I don't get on the floor and do push-ups in the bathroom. That would be a little weird. But I do the angled thing up against the sink,
against the wall,
I do and I've worked up from 5 push-ups to 20 push-ups, and now
Nice.
I'm doing, and I do it every time I pee, which is all the freaking time. So I'm doing like 100 push-ups a day now,
Even if they're angled.
and I
still.
can tell, my wife's like, oh, your arms are getting bigger. So that's good. So now I need to figure out, do I start doing squats every time I take a shit now, or how do I expand this workout regimen? So.
Well, I learned a lot working out, because I researched all sorts of things, and I'll tell you when we go off here some of the things I found. But but there is definitely things that help at our age. But even for Ricky, like when Ricky, I learned he's lifting weights, for Ricky it's easier because he's younger, so it'll work better for him. But when you want to gain muscle, and that's what he's trying to do, the diet's simple: high protein, low carb, low fat. That's what your body wants, and you particularly want to bring the protein in after the workout, because that's when the body's rebuilding the muscles the most. So I've applied this. At our age we can still do it, but it's harder because our body's now wanting to slow down, and it's not in active mode of rebuilding like it used to when you're in your 20s or whatever.
Yeah, we're slowly dying.
Right. We're at our metabolism's down and everything. So it's harder. And then couple that with having to lose weight at the same time.
Right. Yeah.
Not easy. So I went from 235, I think, at the most, was what I was here just beginning of the year. And I'm now down to 173.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, I'm literally, I should show you guys because you can't tell I'm in this black chair, but like I used to have a stomach.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all that's there now, yeah, I got a bit, but I mean,
now it looks great.
It's pretty much gone. And yeah, so it's like, but the more you do, what I found is it went fairly quick, but then it went slow for many weeks. But it's a little bit every week.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how it works now.
So how long have you been on this regimen?
I went real extensive. I started before I went out to ref. But then I went deep diving since June.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's where I went.
That's a big change in just a few months.
Yeah, because in June I was still 195, and now I'm 173. So there's another 20 pounds since then. And
that's
amazing. Just to be able to, the more you lift weight, like I literally have arms again, like I never had before. And it's like, and I can feel it.
Yeah.
But still, it's tough at our age, guys.
Yes. Yeah, it is.
It's so much easier when you're like Ricky's age to do this. And I told Ricky jokingly in character, but I'm serious. I'm like, Ricky, if I could be your personal trainer, I'd have you looking like John McCann. Give me 3 months. And I'm not joking. I would. It's not hard, but it's hard for them because their mind's going everywhere. They're so busy with life, and but yeah. But we've been rambling away, guys, and I know you guys want to get on with your life. So thanks for tuning in. Jamie and I are going to sign off here, and we will see you guys. Oh, by the way, before I go, I just want to bring this in. A couple comments. I don't want to let these guys down. Gizmo says, thanks again for coming on, Jamie.
Oh, of course. Thanks, Gizmo, for commenting and all your great questions. I always appreciate it.
Yeah.
Appreciate that anyone wants to listen to these old guys, old farts talking.
And Wayne says, the same Silo Sam from the AWA? Yeah, it was the same guy.
Yeah.
He showed up at our dry dock.
Yeah.
Just wanted to train, do some sparring and stuff.
That was crazy.
And Jamie got in the ring with him.
Yep.
The only one who volunteered to do it. Everybody else was like scared shitless.
Had a lot of balls when I was a kid.
I mean, the guy's huge. He's what, 7 foot?
He was enormous. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he was super gentle with me, so.
And then Northside says 235 to 173 is amazing. It really shows in your face profile. Yeah, I guess you can see my face a bit. But what I should be for my height is 168. I'm so close.
God, that is really, I think you're fine at 173, dude.
Yeah, that's what everybody's telling me, but I want to try to get there.
Yeah.
And I'll give it a couple. I still got time to try to get there, so we're going to see what we can do. I keep giving little hints to everybody. I can't stop that. All right, guys, we're going to sign off, and we will see you guys next time we're live. Catch us next week.